Hello and welcome to Drop Frames. It's our second show of 2023, but we're going to treat it as our first because we're going to be previewing all the games. Zeke, you got to sit up. I look too big. I look like I'm just commanding the screen.
I'm in a different chair.
What do you mean you're in a different chair?
My lady went back to her other chair, and I'm in that. Remember that Logitech chair, that like Logitech
The
X,
Harmony?
Yeah, Logitech X Herman Miller or whatever.
Yeah, I think the Embodied?
Yeah.
No, not Embodied. Something like that, yeah.
Way too expensive of a chair, and I bought one for my lady, and she used it for a year and a half. Then she went back to her other chair because it's easier for her to put her legs up like crossways underneath her. So it was sitting there unused, and I'm like, that was an expensive chair. I'm gonna use it.
You gotta use it.
Here I am. I'm using it now.
Good. How's your back feeling?
And feels pretty good. I'm still like working out the kinks and like how I like to sit. You know when you sit at a guest's, like you're in a friend's house or something, and you sit in there, lazy boy, and you're like, doesn't have my ass cheeks in it. It doesn't have the indents that I like or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that, but yeah.
Is that now
I'll zoom in a little. How's that?
Okay. Better? All right. Yeah, I feel like I'm up there. I don't like it.
Dad?
Yeah.
Dad, what are we?
Perspective matters.
Can we go to McDonald's?
The green screens make perspective matter, unfortunately.
Yeah, they do.
Is that chair, single item wise, is that chair now the most expensive thing in your room?
Other than my video card, probably.
What's your video card? 3080? What are you rocking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds about right. I think that chair's more expensive, isn't it? A 3080 is like under $1,000. MSRP at least.
Maybe now.
Yeah.
But like if you're talking like, is it MSRP, like the release price?
Yeah.
They were comparable, but I think the video card beats it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. Unless you're talking about an entire PC, because if you're talking about an entire PC, of course. But like if you're talking about just like individual items that I've purchased, yeah, the chair is pretty expensive. Like I think the chair when it came out, wasn't it like $1,500 or something?
I think it was. Yeah, it's pricey chair. It's pretty pricey. Cole, you're looking like tears. Sit down. Like what you got to get? What? There, right there. That. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now we're all level for the time being. How's it going, Cole?
Hi.
How's 2023 treating you?
I'm finally starting to feel a little better after like my 3 months of sickness.
My wife got sick. Yeah, it's going around. They're like sold out of Tylenol across the U.S. or something because everyone's sick.
Especially children's Tylenol.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
Every place around us has been completely bought out.
Yeah, it's not a good time to be sick. It turns out because
not a good time to be sick.
Yeah. Let's talk before we get into the games of 2023. What are you guys most excited for this year outside of the streaming, outside of the games? Is there anything in particular that you've got?
Are there things outside?
That's what I'm curious about, because there are things. I just don't know if you guys delve into them.
I'm excited, honestly, because Katie and I last year, at the beginning of the year, we said we're not going to do anything. Like we're not going to travel. We're not going to do anything.
Last year you did?
We're going to give COVID one more year to like, dissipate a little more. Like, I know we know it's not going to disappear or whatever, but like,
no, it's disappeared. It's no longer
a thing. Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. People would be like, why are they sharing that with their audience? It's not. Zeke was right. Go ahead, Zeke.
Yeah. We are neither financial advisors nor members of the WHO. So
yes. Yeah.
Take what we say as opinion and satire.
No, we are. Me and you, Zeke, are members of WHO. Co is not, though. He is known. When they say our name, they're like, who? But with Co, they know,
I wouldn't go that
far. Anyways.
But to answer your question, I'm looking forward to TwitchCon. We're going to try and go to both EU and NA. And also personal thing, Burning Man.
Oh, you're going back to Burning Man.
Heading back to Burn this year.
Man, how long has it been since you've been at the Burn?
3 years.
3? Okay.
Yeah. 2019, I think it was the last year I went to the Burn. And the funny thing is, it's part of the reason that my lady and I got together was I was like, dude, you dig it. You want to go to Burning Man? And she was like, yeah. And this is when we were just going to go as friends.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you would love it. And now, like, we were all set and ready. Like, we had our plans and shit like that. And then it was just like, boom, COVID in March. Just like, fuck. Because they sell tickets in April.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just like dashed all of our plans. Like, one of the things that brought us together in the first place that we have still never gotten to do yet. So I'm excited to get that going this year and head back out to the dust and dancing.
Nice. That's it. Is that still in April, or they pushed it back?
No, they sell tickets in April, but it's always in end of August.
Gotcha. They sell tickets in April. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
August.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we'll pencil you in. You're gone for a week in August. Is that correct?
At least.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A week at the end of August.
Gotcha.
And also, yeah, someone pointed out the shirt.
Oh yeah, that
today.
started today, didn't it?
Like 20 minutes ago, an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't wasn't there news this week that like the founder decided he was going to leave the company for AGDQ or for GDQ rather? Yeah. I didn't read into that. Zeke, did you read anything about that or just saw the news like I did?
No, that's one of those. It's like a tidbit. Like, oh,
I read the headline. Yeah. I don't know what. Mike.
Their next journey is as awesome as GDQ has been.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Mike Uyama.
Mike Uyama. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's leaving. The original founder. I think the first GDQ was hosted in his mother's basement.
I knew it was a basement. I didn't know it was his mother's.
I think I saw that part that it was his mother's basement was the first GDQ. Yeah, that's wild. Hosted a lot of it. Sorry, yeah, that's what. Okay, chat's telling me the same thing. That's wild. It's wild. Are you got Zeke? Are you excited for G? I haven't watched GDQ in a while, to be honest. It's been it's been a hot minute since I've seen stuff from there.
I mean, has it been in like around 6 months, like since the summertime, maybe?
No, like 2 or 3 years. I haven't watched them recently. Yeah,
okay.
I think I've seen great. All the games that I want to see run. I guess I don't know. They're probably doing Elden Ring, so that's going to be the big get this year, right? Like that's probably a scheduled run.
Yeah, and some games like take a couple of years to actually get on the schedule, even though like I'm sure like every new game that comes out is submitted, stuff like that. But sometimes like they have a finite schedule, right? So some games don't get in. So new games sometimes have to wait a year or two to get their first run on GDQ. So those are, definitely.
Ahmad says there's no Elden Ring, so it might just be a bonus game this year. Yeah.
Oh, I would be very surprised if it wasn't like, all right, last day, last push. Guess what? Bonus game, Elden Ring, because they did that. They've done that many years.
Yeah.
Running with like hype games that were like, where the fuck is blank game?
Makes sense.
Yeah. It would be weird if it wasn't there.
Well, we'll check in next week. Talk a little bit about any other runs that you watch. Because I know Zeke, you watch every 6 months rather, adamantly.
Yep. Well, and I also like I love this time of year because it's like 2 to 3 weeks in January. I don't have to like look for a TV show or a series or a movie or anything I want to watch because like it's just I put it on and then anything I miss while I'm streaming, like that's what I look for. Throw that on.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, 7 days, 24 hours. So there's tons of content, and I watch
a lot.
Every game that I give a shit about or am on the fence about is just easy to put that shit on while I'm doing something else.
Yeah. Co, for you, anything 2023 outside of the streaming stuff? I could throw you Last of Us. That comes out next Sunday on HBO if you're going to watch that.
Maybe.
You're not going to watch a week-to-week deal?
Nah, we'll see.
Okay.
I'm not super excited for it, so we'll see how it goes. Depends on what people think about it. Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff I'm really excited for is just like kids and random school stuff and game releases, and they leave the country for the first time this year. So I did get my passport recently, and that was a big thing.
Nice. Can you say where you're going?
Nope.
Okay.
But
Are you going to Poland again?
Maybe.
it's not.
Oh no, I can't say. Okay, sorry. They don't have a CoJet Twitter account yet.
Not yet. Not yet. But yeah, just thinking about it. Honestly, I mean, this is a huge year for games. I'm hoping this will be really big. I mean, just like I keep coming back to the fact that I had a relatively hard time making my top 10 last year, and I'm hoping that this year is going to be the opposite.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really it for me. Just family stuff and big stuff in the gaming world.
Cool. Well, let's dive in to game releases. We're going by Game Informer's list. They seem to be on top of it every year now. So much so that they just have GameInformer.com/2023. I think their list gets used more than any other list on the internet. They just have a straight up /2023.
Your eyes are your
boom.
glasses are doing that reflection thing where it's like sort of like you got to up a little bit, right there. Oh, down. Keep going, a little bit more, right there. It's like it's the drop frames background.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bit, like you like the color of your eyelids or your skin or whatever.
I wonder if I don't slouch if it gets whatever. We'll keep
you
an
wouldn't
eye on
like him when he's angry, guys.
That's true.
That is absolutely true.
I
I think I've seen Papa JP get angry, like real angry, like honest, ragey, like not just salty, but like real anger, real mad, a total of 4 times, and it scared me every time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a panic attack on the show last year, so that was definitely one of them. I don't know when the other 3 were though. Probably something to do with role play. Maybe.
I'd rather not talk about him.
Okay,
honestly.
all right. I had to think about it. Yeah, maybe For Honor. Yeah. But that might have just been salt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, game releases. January. I'll scan through this list. You guys, I'm going to pick the things that I think are going to be big. You tell me if there's anything. I think there's a lot of indie stuff on here, Zeke, so you might want to peruse the releases. But January's kind of dry. We have One Piece Odyssey. That comes out next Friday, the 13th. That should at least be somewhat big. It's looking to hopefully not just be like a bad anime game.
What kind of game is it exactly?
It's a JRPG. Yeah. It's like a full-on what you would expect from a JRPG style game. I think it does require a little bit of One Piece knowledge because it happens. I think some of the sagas they're covering happen 700-ish episodes into the anime. So they're probably going to have some sort of catch-up video on their YouTube if you're looking to jump into that. But no reviews or anything out. I would assume those probably hit Tuesday or Wednesday. And then there's also a demo for it that does have carryover save file that comes out, I think, on the 10th. So you can do the whole try before you buy situation. But that's the big release this next week. Some of this other stuff I don't know. Zeke, do you know what Lone Rune is? That looks like it might be an indie title.
Nope. I do not. Let me.
It's from Cuddle Monster Games. Super Rare Originals is the publisher. Let's see.
Wait a minute. Speaking of Burning Man, I think I know that person. The Cuddle Monster.
Cuddle Monster. It is, and this kind of looks a little bit like Hades. Here, I'll pull it up here so you guys can see what I'm looking at.
And it says Switch and PC, so I'm wondering if it's on Steam yet.
Yeah, this is Lone Rune. It is. It is on Steam. That's where I found this trailer.
Okay.
Looks a little Hades-ish in terms of presentation. Oh, no, this is actually very Hades-ish. They straight up have an upgrade shop and all this stuff. That launches on
Action roguelike
Thursday.
arena shooter.
Yeah, that's Thursday for that. Scanning ahead a little bit later.
Looks good to me.
Fire Emblem Engage comes out the 20th. I think that's the first big Nintendo launch.
Looking at that one.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to
I
be
was
like
a little-
a culmination, I think, of all things Fire Emblem up until this point.
I was a little on the fence about it, but there's really nothing else for
Yeah.
me around that time, so I think I may dive in and give it a try.
I'll pull up some gameplay.
Three Houses was great.
It was.
If it's anything like Three Houses, like it could be really cool.
This looks a little bit like more anime, if that makes sense. Like the gameplay looks like Three Houses through and through. Like that, if you told me that was Three Houses, I'd probably believe you. Do they have like out of combat stuff in this? Yes.
Yes, he means ayaya.
Yes, I do. Yeah. There's a lot of in here. Oh, look, it's Switch load times. What the hell is that? Okay, that might be stored. Are you just walking around talking to people at this point? Okay, it looks like you are. Looks like it might be voice acted, though. We're gonna say Zeke.
Oh, is it?
Let me unmute.
Yeah, if it's a
Sold
I almost said a
so
Three
far,
Houses
but
game.
I'm still
What's
enjoying
the
it.
franchise?
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem thing. If it's a Fire Emblem game, you can assume that I don't know how much percentage. 60% of the gameplay is this just chatting,
Yeah.
just talking back and
Yeah,
forth.
it's some dialogue stuff. Just walking around.
Yeah,
My
that's
chat's
why I like that old game that I recently played for 100 month. Like it was like Fire Emblem without most of the chatting in it.
My chat is saying that it's the gameplay is more old school Fire Emblem, where they have the triangle, which I think is like how the counter system works. Where like X beats Y, Y beats Z, Z beats X. Yeah. So that's on what did I say that was 20th, January 20th. Sorry. Also on the 20th, have you guys seen where there's now a way to triple dip on Monster Hunter Rise? Because it's coming out on PlayStation
Jesus
5,
Christ.
Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and Xbox One.
Unbelievable, dude.
And I don't believe that includes the DLC. The standalone, or not standalone, but the Sunbreak or whatever. And it's on Game Pass. That's correct.
Game Pass. Okay, that's good. That's good at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's Monster Hunter Rise. It's on all the things now, which I think is kind of funny. It's a good game. You know, it's cool if those are the platforms that you have at your disposal, but Capcom loves to let you triple dip on things. Likes to let you double dip on things. Now they're getting into the triple dip.
Oh, they love
situation.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Real quick, I just want to say for Monster Hunter Rise
Yeah.
and for Persona 4 Golden,
Mm.
and I think maybe Persona 3, you're welcome. I did that because I played them on the original hardware, and then they re-released them on new fucking hardware. You're welcome. My
Sure.
pain
Thank
for
you.
your pleasure.
Yeah. No problem, Zeke. Appreciate that. Probably biggest release of the month, potentially. Maybe not after that demo came out. Forspoken comes out January 24th. Co, you were kind of mid on that after playing it, right? Are you going to jump into the full game?
I think mid is a good way to say it. The best part of it for me was the combat, and it was okay. Like I wasn't really a fan of the lore. I wasn't really feeling the characters. There were more things about it that I was mid to not feeling than I was really feeling. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it.
Okay.
So
I might check it out for like a stream just to see what it looks like on PC, but I'm also worried about the like streamability of that game because it's so the way that the graphics are presented in it. I'm worried about like it just looking like shit on stream. It might not look that good compared to what I'm actually seeing on stream or on my PC, I should say. And yeah, it is a $70 game, I believe. Chat. That is indeed a $70 game. That's January 24th. Dead Space Remake comes out the 27th. That also might be one of the bigger games of the month.
there we go.
Yeah, that's PS5,
That
Xbox
works
Series
well.
X and S, and PC.
The thing about that is if it works well and it runs well, they win. It doesn't even need to be that much of an improvement. Dead Space right now, if you fire up the original Dead Space, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's cool. It works. So as long as this new one doesn't crash and doesn't run like shit, they win. That's all they got to do. I swear to God, if either of those mess up, I will be so disappointed. I mean, it's like this is free money for these guys.
Yeah.
So I really, what do they win? They win the game being good. They win the game being good. They're basically, this is the definition of a remake. They are literally, from what I understand, just taking everything in the original game and just copy pasting it over into a new, better looking engine.
Yeah.
Like everything's the same. So, you know, as long as it works and it runs okay, like this is free money. I want it to be free money. I can't wait to play Dead Space again. I want to play Dead Space, and then I'm gonna play Dead Space 2 and 3, and it's gonna be like a big fun thing. And like they just need it to work, man. They need it to work.
So just work.
And don't have an intern slot the day one patches, please.
Oof.
I can just hear the all the programmers out there going like, "Wow, you just made our job sound so fucking easy. Like just copy paste and just put in a new engine.
Just
no
Control C,
I guess
Control
what am I even
V.
doing here? I'll just walk out.
Control C, Control V. That's
yeah,
right. That's
it's
it.
so
All you
easy
gotta
to
do.
be a game developer for these remakes.
So easy.
You just copy paste the code. I don't know what the big
Literally
fucking problem
copy
is.
paste. Exactly.
God.
And if you
How do you
get one
fuck
of
this
those,
up?
what do they call them? Runtime errors. Just Google it,
Yeah.
and you're good to go.
Just go to, go over to
That's right. And then copy
What's the
paste
website?
it from Google into the code, and then you're done.
what's the coding website where everyone just goes and copies the code from? Stack Overflow. Yeah, just go to Stack Overflow and find the
Go to
code.
Stack. That's right.
Yeah. Easy.
And put it in your GitHub and push it to commit to production. Something. I don't know. Does that sound right? That sounds right.
I'm not a developer, but it sounds right to me. Somewhere, though, I think I hear Rami getting in a plane, and he's going to come and beat us up individually for saying that. So, see you soon, Rami.
Does Rami code as well?
I don't. I
think if it were
Zeke,
Rami,
take it away.
he'd get in a plane.
Yeah.
Rami would get in a plane. I don't think he would beat us up. He'd get in a plane, ring our doorbell, wait patiently. We'd open the door, and he'd just shake his head, disappointed.
Yeah. He'd
And then
probably
he would walk
offer us
away,
like
and that
a
would
snack
just
as well.
kill.
He'd just give you a snack.
Yeah.
And then he would just shake his
Something
head.
super
disappointed.
polite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is a snack from my home country. I'm still disappointed in you, though.
You're still an
You could-
asshole. Have a good day.
You could do better. You could do better.
Yeah. We need to get Rami back on the show. He flies too much, though. Like, he's literally in the air he took it to heart when people said, like, you don't fly that much anymore during COVID. And then he went and got his pilot license, and he just flies himself.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's always in the air. So I'm sure he'll be back on sometime this year. In terms of January, I think that's it, Zeke. January 31st, big game for you. SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake.
I have been waiting for this game since I heard about it 1 second ago.
Yeah.
Just excited to the max about this game.
I knew it. I knew you were excited.
It's going to make Bikini Bottom look like dog shit, I think.
That's side of the box quote. Yeah. Not the front of the box. Side of the box.
This is box quote.
Yeah. February. What do we got? Deliver Us Mars. We've seen that at a billion different like, conferences and stuff like that. Where are we at? Co, you're probably the one most.
Oh, yeah,
making
absolutely.
noise
I
about
love
it?
Delivered Us to the Moon. It was fun. They're super atmospheric, very immersive. If it's going to be like the first one, kind of a walking sim with light other elements in that regard. But they're fun, dude. I'm very much looking forward to this one.
Is that?
Yep.
I'm trying to see which one that. Oh, okay. It's this one.
If you haven't, it's a good time to play Deliver Us to the Moon.
Are they? Did they say they're going to be like super? Is it a continuation of story or not related at all, or no idea?
I don't know, to be honest. I know
Okay.
I'm 90. I mean, it's the same thing, but not obviously different. But
Yeah. Well, that comes out February 2nd. Then it's a little bit of a slow until February 10th. Arguably biggest game of the quarter, Hogwarts Legacy launches. That's PS5, Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC.
How are you guys on that one?
I will most likely play it for like a day just to see what it's all about. They've done 2 gameplay things for that are about 30 minutes long, and it looks really fun. Like they've created Hogwarts through and through.
Oh, okay, we did move on. Okay. I was just going to say, Deliver Us Mars set 10 years after the events of Deliver Us the Moon.
Oh, cool. So it is related. Perfect. Cool.
Thank you.
Cool. I think with Hogwarts, like, game looks like it's going to be actually fine and potentially a good game. I think with Hogwarts, though, it's the other side of all of that. You'll have to, either deal with, combat, ignore. There's definitely a like a social aspect to that game that both I think streamers will have to confront. I think they have to confront and already have been confronting it. And I think that's only going to pick up steam as it gets closer and closer to launch as well. There in early February, so I'll at least check it out on stream. I don't think it's probably going to be a super long game, so I don't know if I'll devote a full playthrough to it, but yeah. What about you, Co?
I am not a Harry Potter fan.
Right.
So I'm whenever you do anything in life, you make a pros and cons, and so far for me as a non-Harry Potter fan, I'm not really, I've never seen the movies, I've never read the books. I know of Harry Potter, I know the premise and everything, and and it's just never been something that's really grabbed me. I don't dislike it, I just don't like it. That being said, stuff I've seen looks like it's an okay kind of action game, or action RPG kind of deal. Looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I will say that the social element is definitely it's conflicting, because you have the devs that are going like, we're just trying to make the best game we can. We're trying not to get too involved in this.
Yeah.
This is all about the game and about us making the game. And then you have some loud other voices that are being real public assholes about the whole thing and making it as hard as possible not to, just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
So, and I'm referring to everyone knows who I'm referring to.
Yeah.
So
they shan't be named.
They that shan't be named. That's right.
Yeah.
Because she'd probably love it. So it's just a weird situation. And for me at this point, it doesn't look interestingly enough for me to outweigh that. So, I mean, I'm going to basically see what people think about it. I'm going to see, I really do hope the devs publicly address it as they get closer, because I feel like they really haven't grabbed that bull by the horns at this point. They're kind of like trying to hope it just doesn't get loud enough.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. But right now if there's other games out, I'm going to play those. Is what it is.
I wasn't going to touch it anyway. But just the fact that the name attached to it sucks ass, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. That just more solidly confirms that I will not be touching this game.
Okay. Right. I without getting into it, as we try to keep this off the show, there's a lot of people that seem genuinely confused about this. I'm just going to say it.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to be quick. Here. The person that created Harry Potter is named J.K. Rowling. She is a very overtly anti-trans person. And the thing is she's not only necessarily anti-trans, but she's a complete asshole about how she's anti-trans. She's insulting. She is very derogatory. She is a real dick about it. And what it does is it makes people hate her. It makes people absolutely hate her. Yeah. She's the kind of person where she's like, well, I don't give a shit if you agree with me. You buy my product, so you agree with me with that. And I'll cry myself to sleep on my piles of money. So it's like, it'd be a completely different situation if she was like, just wanted to discuss the issues and talk about it. But she's really just an asshole about it. And for people saying no, she isn't. Read her quotes, man. Read her quote. I've seen the quotes that she says. I've seen the quote. She's a dick about it.
Yeah.
It's hard not to read the shit she personally publishes, like on social medias and stuff, and go like, even if you didn't know any about the situation, you could read those tweets and go like, "Who is this asshole?
Yeah, why are you
This person
such
is
an
a
asshole?
giant asshole."
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Again, we're not getting political or anything. Think what you want, but the point is that she has created a division in her community.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to. So the problem with and what we're talking about is as streamers, we have at many times thousands of people watching us, and it makes it so those issues become our issues, and they're brought into our community, and those discussions, most importantly, are brought into our community. I mean, right now in chat, no, she's great. No, she's a dick. No, you should look up at her, Co. You're wrong. Yeah, she's a complete asshole. This is the shit we're gonna have to deal with if we play this game,
Right.
and that's a big deal.
Well,
for us.
and
Not
like
worth.
if
Not
me
worth.
especially, I hate this stuff. I
Yeah.
hate that stuff completely.
yeah,
I hate what's going on in chat right now. So for those wondering what the issue is, that's the issue.
Yeah.
There it is.
So that, and we have to consider that when we're playing the game. And for me, this game sure looks kind of cool, but it's not worth that. It's certainly not worth that in my chat. It is not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nail
So
on the head, man.
that's-
It's
there
less
you
so the issues, whatever side you fall on. Like even if I fell on her side, like I still wouldn't stream it because the bullshit in the chat. I don't want to. It's just so much more stress relieving to not even play it.
Right. And I think like to remove all of that and just talk about the game. I think this is the first like Harry Potter game in a like decade or something, right? Like it's been a very long time since they've gotten anything in video game form. So there's definitely a lot of hype going into it, outside of all of everything that Co and Zeke just kind of explained. And it's probably like the biggest release for the Harry Potter IP in a very long time as well, just in general, because those most recent movies didn't do that great. They weren't that great of a movie. So we'll see how it goes. That's February 10th for that. Zeke, I want to bring your attention to a game called Wanted Dead. Is that on your radar at all?
Not yet. I'm gonna look at it right now, though.
I'm going to show you a trailer for Wanted Dead.
Wanted Dead?
Yeah, I think this is Zeke's shtick through and through.
I haven't even heard of this game.
Here you go, Zeke. It's on the screen for you. It's
Might
an
even
action
find it
game.
now.
No, not quickly.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to.
It's like kind of anime-esque, but also not, and it's just absolutely absurd.
Have we seen a?
It's been on a couple conferences, yeah.
Okay.
Very
Huh?
like
Wow, it looks like it's mixing mediums.
yeah, it's very like Suda B-movie style stuff. And it's action or it's an action game. So I think it's a third
You've heard of this?
Yeah. February 14th comes out Valentine's Day. It's got karaoke. I didn't know that.
It's got karaoke.
Maybe that's what I should have led with.
But it's
Yeah,
a
dude.
shooter, though. Yeah, third-person shooter. Okay.
Third person
PC.
action game. They have like katanas and stuff like that they fight with. But also,
Okay.
like,
I was just
legit-
reading the Steam tags.
yeah,
It says, it says
Legit
hack and
isn't
slash, third-person shooter. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if it looks like it has some kind of like Yakuza mini game mixed with a little bit of absurdity and ridiculousness, and that's definitely in my wheelhouse. I just wish listed it, so
yeah,
it looks good.
cool. It's also on everything: PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
I'm sold.
And it's
Wanted
PC.
Dead looks cool.
There you go.
Looks cool.
Scanning ahead, got a bunch of JRPG stuff. Wild Hearts. I guess out of the three of us, I would be most inclined to check this out. Wild Hearts is EA, or rather, Koei Tecmo's EA published Monster Hunter competitor. Have you guys seen footage for Wild Hearts yet? I can bring it up real quick just to.
Why do I feel?
You said
I
it's
feel
a
like
it's a
Wild
what
Hearts was like
competitor?
It's a Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter.
competitor. From
Why
Koei
do- when I
Tecmo,
think
published
Wild
by.
Hearts,
EA.
I think of like an old Super Nintendo game.
Oh, you're thinking of God, it's an RPG. I know exactly what.
Yeah.
Wild
Is it not
Arms.
called
Wild
Hearts?
Arms.
Wild Arms. There.
Wild Arms, yeah.
I knew it was Wild
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay.
Great
There
game,
we
by
go.
the way.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Oh, and
fucking game.
chat's nailing it too.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Fantastic
Wild
game.
Arms.
Hey, your
always
100
heard of
month
it,
is
but I
coming
never
up,
played it.
JP.
For what? For Wild Arms?
For your 100 month sub appreciation stream. I mean, Wild Arms. Why not?
We got to go with a bad game. We got to go with a bad game.
Of course you do.
Mm-hmm. Or
I still
something else.
gotta
We'll see.
decide what I want to do.
Well, you got some time. We can also we had a bet, didn't we, where we would double, or not a bet, but a pact where we were going to double up.
I'm looking. I need to find more of 100 week Zeke subs that will work with me, and we need to get him to play like a week of something terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
There's
form
nothing.
a
I think we're gonna
coalition
form a coalition. Yes.
Of
Some
And
sort of.
have you just play like a week
coalition.
straight, 8 hours a day of Bashi or something?
Didn't
I
we
don't
say
know.
that we were going to make him play Persona 5 Royale or something for like a week?
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. We were going to get together and make it so he has to beat Persona 5. So I'm going to need like a solid 30.
Yeah, we need
50,
like 30
100
100 month subs.
Well, let me see. As of now,
we'll figure it
there
out.
are around 15, 14. There's 14 people who have 100 month subs that haven't picked the game yet. So if you can get together with those 14 people,
I'll have to have my people send out some emails.
There you go.
Yep. May have to.
and I thought you were going to try and punish me. I liked
some
Persona. It was my second game of the year that year.
Yeah.
Number 2.
We'll see.
That's true. That's true. Given the fact that Wild Hearts is not entered into either of y'all's mouth, I don't think there's any excitement for this.
I honestly didn't play the last
I'm not into Monster Hunter, so like,
yeah.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Granted, I didn't play the last Monster Hunter because it was mostly based on the Switch. But I don't know. Like it would. I'm kind of somewhat done with the Monster Hunter formula, so I kind of wonder what Wild Hearts is bringing to the table. Like is it doing something that
you can build now in the fights? You can build things. Yeah, turrets.
Okay.
Hammers. You can also build like grappling hooks around the
Kind of
world.
sounds like a Monster Hunter expansion. Like that doesn't really quite sound.
So
I don't know. It sounds like that could be a Monster Hunter class or like a weapon type or something. That doesn't quite do it.
Yeah.
So I opened up the Steam page of Wild Hearts.
For Wild Hearts.
And the first image I see is someone riding around in what looks like it's a minorly obscure reference from South Park, but it looks like he's writing in an it. They called it the it, and it was a circle that you wrote in, and Mr. Garrison made it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And the way you sit in it is really bad. Yeah. And the mouth controls. Yeah. That's what it looks like. He's sitting in the first image that I see, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should play this game.
Yeah. That's right. They took their inspiration. Koei Tecmo took their inspiration from South Park.
Yeah.
That's how they're going with that. Well, that launches February 17th, regardless. 4 days after that, there's two things that I think Zeke's interested in both. I know Ko is. February 21st is a doubleheader. We have Atomic Heart on everything, and Like a Dragon Ishin as well on everything. Same day release. Yeah. Ko's got a mug there from that. Co-audibly expressed his interest. Zeke, for you, Atomic Heart, is that on your radar, or are you just going to jump into Like a Dragon, or is that going to be an off-stream thing?
Let's see. I'm
Like a Dragon Ishin
looking at
also
Atomic
is
Heart
not
right now.
going to be in English.
Oh, it's not going to have English translation, or
it is
audio
it is for the first time localized in English, but it will have English subtitles, of course. But it is not voice acted in English.
Got it.
Well, Atomic Heart is, it looks cool and all that shit, but it's also an FPS, so I can take it or leave it for a little while.
Right.
So, I'll probably let it sit with other streamers and see what the general consensus is, if it's a game that I can't miss or whatever. But FPS is
it's pretty
not usually for me.
Zeke. Like it's
honestly
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
Pretty BioShocky looking. The old Atomic Heart.
It looks insanely good. Like holy shit. awesome. Everything I've seen from Atomic Heart looks weird, interesting, fun. Mick Gordon does the music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's looking fantastic.
There's a bunch of
There, right there, you
previews
can see you've got your
on the left hand
spells as well. So yeah,
Yeah, they had a bunch of
But
gameplay
yeah,
previews
if it's a
in
combination,
November for it, and it was good.
if it's a competition between, because they're both releasing on the same day, it'll Like a Dragon will definitely win out for me.
Yeah.
Atomic
Yeah,
Heart's actually
yeah.
going to be for me. I'm probably going to do all of Atomic Heart, and probably won't finish that before Sons of the Forest if that actually makes it out in time. I'll probably do Atomic Heart, Sons of the Forest, and then Ishin.
Well, how big of a game is Ishin in general? Like,
I don't know, to be honest.
let's see.
I'm not sure how long it is. And it may be classic Yakuza
looks-
framework where it's like it could be 15 hours or 60 depending on how much you want to do.
It says main story 21 and a half, main plus sides 48, completionist is 114.
There it is.
So,
I love
that's
main
Yakuza.
story. About 20 hours. Completionist, like 100.
Yeah.
Freaking
about
Ryu
right.
Gagotoku. Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah. It's a short Yakuza game, exactly. Yeah, but that plus Atomic Heart launches on 21st. If I check out either, it would most likely be Atomic Heart. But we'll see. I'm apprehensive about it. Anytime there's like a new FPS IP, it always looks great in the trailers, and then I play it, and it's always not like the other FPSs that I've played for some. Like, I have a hard time playing not the big AAA FPSs for some weird reason. If it's not like Doom, or if it's not Halo, or I don't know, anything else you want to throw in there, I struggle with it because I just find the not polished aspects of it. But we'll see. Hopefully it reviews well. Maybe that'll push it over the edge.
Excuse me.
Was the last Like a Dragon game, was that released on multi-platform like PC and PlayStation, or was it PlayStation exclusive? I can't remember.
It was on everything. Yeah, it was
mean,
on Game Pass.
like
Yeah,
Oh, it was okay.
yeah. Like a Dragon was on Game Pass and PC.
Well, because I know the
PC and all
Yakuza
that
series is was a PlayStation exclusive, but I didn't know like when that changed.
stuff. Yeah. What else is there? Oh, and then at the end of I think it's the end of February. There's a big hardware release with PlayStation VR 2 on February 22nd. The new games that are coming with that are Resident Evil Village getting the VR port, or not port, but playthrough. There's Horizon Call the Mountain. I think that is it for like new things. After the fall, but I think that might just be PlayStation's release. I think that's already out on PC. Yeah, that came out on December 9th, 2021 for the PC. Where you guys, Co, I think we talked to you about VR2 for PlayStation VR2. You're all in, right? You're going to test out the new VR room?
Well, the thing is the PlayStation VR very rarely is get up and walk around. So and that's the thing.
True,
The whole point of the VR room. The whole point of the VR room is walking around. So, I'm really at this point. I'm probably going to try to wait for a wireless option.
Really?
Because those are around the corner. Vive actually has a wireless option coming out. There was a wildly successful Kickstarter for Steam VR wireless. It's a wireless kit for Steam VR. It apparently works. It's awesome, and they sold so many of them that they had to stop the Kickstarter sales.
Damn.
And they can't sell anymore because they're worried about production at this point. So it's coming, but hopefully we'll be here soon. That being said, with PlayStation VR, I think I can do it where I am right now. As long as I can, then I'm planning on trying it just at my desk.
Okay.
I mean, I should have enough room, I think. So I'll have to make it work. But yeah, I'm very much hoping that I can just kind of do it here, and planning on trying it as it is.
Do you think a Resident Evil Village re-playthrough is warranted for VR or no?
It depends on how they do it. It depends on how immersive it's going to be. Like I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I played. I want to say I played through Resident Evil Village recently. maybe I did for
You do the DLC? They had some DLC
Yeah,
recently.
so I did have some DLC, and I definitely did the DLC. I don't think I played the full base game though again. But we'll see. I mean, maybe. I mean, especially if the remake 4 is good and whets my appetite for more RE, then we'll see.
Yeah.
I might actually play through Resident Evil 7 again if it's in VR, because
You mean 8?
Or 8, yeah, sorry, 8.
Yeah.
Because 7 was so good. That's why I said 7. Because 7 was like one of my, if not my top VR experience. And also, the PlayStation VR has my seal of approval for being the most comfortable headset to wear. Wires notwithstanding, of course, but like it's just comfort, and how little it weighs on your head and shit. It's still like my favorite. And it looks like the price point is $550.
Yeah.
Is the price point for $550 US.
And tech-wise, it's a pretty big leap from PSVR 1. Like, it's a massive tech boost, I guess, if I were to say, compared to their first iteration. Because their first iteration is probably like the worst VR headset in terms of specs nowadays. This kind of puts you on a level playing field with most VR headsets. And it would be kind of fun to, like, having watched this, I could see where like Lady Dimitrescu or whatever would be a lot more fun if she was actually towering over you.
Stomping on you? Yes,
Yeah.
it would be.
Like, I could see where that would be an interesting thing where you'd have to do this. Right? Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of PlayStation, like a lot of game rooms that have enough room to lay down on.
Yeah, right. You're gonna see a lot
in the future.
It's gonna be a rush on TikTok to who can get that footage up first to see who can get those clicks as fast as possible. Yeah. So that launches the same day, so that's probably gonna be what they promote marketing wise. February 22nd, same day as VR2. Are you gonna get it day one, Zeke? You think, or are you gonna wait?
I don't need to get a day one. This is not something I'm like, champing at the bit for.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely, it'll be my 4th fucking VR headset. Like
that's the thing, man. That's why I don't want to buy one. Cause like I have like a set of drawers when you come down the stairs, and 3 rows of that are just headsets that do nothing but collect dust. Like I have the first Vive in there. We have 2 PSVRs because Aaron bought one and we weren't living together at the time. So we have 2 PSVRs in the house. Then I have the Index behind me, which I'll use once a year. It just, there's not the software for it.
The thing with this is like I impulse bought the Index and the Vive and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the PS VR system I used
a lot,
enough to warrant like paying for it. So, and it's so much less setup, and so much less. I mean,
it's true.
Not that you have to, like, if you're computer savvy at all, you can, it's not that hard to set up your Vive or whatever. But like, just having it streamlined like that makes it even more likely that I'll actually fucking use the thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just plug and play with my PS5, and I love that. It's super easy.
Right. And then the other big launch title for PSVR 2 is Horizon Call the Mountain, which is obviously a Horizon game. And that could be cool. Should be cool. A lot of bow action in that. A lot of sitting in boats from some of the footage they've shown. I think, is there footage of that here? No, this is all just Resident Evil Village at TGS 2022. Let's pull up a different video. But yeah, hopefully that, hopefully PSVR 2 sells enough and does a big enough splash that the VR market is resuscitated. I don't know if that's necessarily the fairest word, but hopefully there's more software that is worthwhile playing in VR because of the success of VR2 on PlayStation. If there's a brand that's going to be able to do it, to be able to push out enough hardware to like the mainstream, it's probably PlayStation, right? Like,
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the other VR, I feel like VR exists in like the social aspect, the sim aspect, and then there's very little like games that you play in VR. And outside of that, there's not, unless you're interested in the sim aspect or the social aspect, you don't really like play every single day when it comes to VR. The metaverse aspect of it, yeah. Jesus.
Well, and also like the PlayStation proprietary games like Astro and that kind of shit. They were excellent.
They're pretty good, yeah.
Really good games.
It will not be backwards compatible. That's one thing that it does not have going for it. I think they are pushing developers to obviously have like the VR2 updates. And I would hope that Astro, like Zeke just mentioned, is one of them because it was pretty good in VR. Like it was a pretty fun time. But we'll see. Co, you mentioned Sons of the Forest. That's scheduled for February 23rd, same day as Company Heroes 3.
Yeah, and the thing is the devs were super, super quiet about Sons of the Forest, and then as we got close to the release date, like they got like 0 was being said, and then all of a sudden they were like right before, oh, we're delaying it. And it's like, yeah, we all thought so. And now they're not being very loud again.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried we're gonna get close to the release date and they're gonna be like, yeah, we're delaying it again. We'll have to see. But Forest was awesome. I mean, it took them a lot of time, but they turned it into something really fun and unique. And I'm really, really hoping that Sons of the Forest 2 is good as well. So I'm really excited for it.
What is the like draw for this? Is it just a survival? Yeah, Zeke, I don't want to. If you want to take us a different way,
I was gonna say, do you have any do you have any desire to play this, JP? Is this on your radar at all?
No. Maybe. Why?
Well, because I am actually excited about this after playing through the forest. Like I played that RP session, like I said in the end of the year show, and I really enjoyed it. But then I went back and played it on my own all the way through, and I really ended up liking it, and I like the story as well. So I'm actually pretty hyped about this. And I was going to say, like, if you guys want to like co-op it,
maybe.
But like,
there's two things going against it.
That shit.
There's two things. One, it's survival horror, so you're gonna have a hard time getting me involved in that. And two, it's actually my wife's, like, one of my wife's favorite games was The Forest. And so if I do co-op, I could see a potential where it's an off-stream game to play with her, but we'll see. Because she also has, it's a survival horror game going against it for me.
Well, I figured it wouldn't be a game for you, completely. So I just honestly I was just gonna throw it out, like the invitation or the put a bug in Co's ear, because I was like, this is not a JP game. But I wanted to make sure first before I did that. So Co, if you want to co-op this, please let a brother know.
What I will probably do is I like having, I normally play this game single player, because one of the big things I like about games like this is that the stream gets to see everything. And I used to co-op games like this a lot in the past, but like, especially with my mods and stuff. But the problem is if one player like wanders into an area or goes to an event and then that event plays for one time, it's like, well, then the stream doesn't get to see it, and it kind of like doesn't become a full playthrough. So I generally like playing these by myself for a full run. That being said, I absolutely could be running 2 games at once. So if you wanted to do like a co-op game in the afternoons, then I could do like my single player stuff in the morning. If this is anything like The Forest, I think that'll be not only wildly entertaining, but a lot of fun. So, you know, the original game was really cool. And also, quick note, by the way, if you haven't finished The Forest recently, they changed the ending so it will fit into this game. So if you played and beat The Forest a long time ago, there was specifically like one specific part of the ending that used to happen. And then when I beat it a second time, I was like, wait, what the hell? Like, what is this? What is going on? And then there's like this whole other thing that happens, which allows for the sequel. So essentially they retconned the original ending so they could have a Forest 2.
So that was really within the last couple of years, right?
I want to say that
last year, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably got the real ending, or the ending.
Good. Yeah, because it was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. And also, just say no next time, okay, bud? You don't have to explain that shit.
That's the thing. If I don't want to co-op, I'll say I don't want to co-op. But if you're up for doing like a second game, if you don't mind that, then I'm totally down for it. Yes, I'm totally down.
Oh man, yeah. Anyways, that's February 23rd, Sons of the Forest. Same day as Company Heroes 3, which I might actually check that out. I played a lot of Company Heroes 1 back in the day, the competitive
played
aspect.
that game.
Yeah, you did do it. You did a sponsored
I think I
stream
did.
for when
Yeah,
they
a
announced
long
it.
time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was when it was first announced, I think.
Mhm.
But it's looking like it's more Company Heroes. Company Heroes is fun. It's fun until it's not. It's fun until a fucking sniper kills your entire group because you're an idiot and decided to push the sniper in the open field. That's when Company Heroes is not fun.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It could be a pretty frustrating game, both single player and multiplayer aspect of that. But regardless, that's on February 23rd. I'd be parts of the anime fandom would be upset if I didn't mention Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key comes out 24th.
Oh, Legend of Thighs.
Yeah, no one is going to play it on this show. I can assure you of that. Unless we get Zeke
That's
to
the
play
thigh
it for a
game.
100-month sub.
Yeah.
That might be the only way it shows up on the show later this year.
Those ads on Twitter are incessant.
Oh, does
They just
Atelier
show her
Ryza 3
giant
have ads?
thighs
Wait,
every
hold
time.
on.
Yeah.
You have ads other than Marvel Snap on your Twitter?
I barely see Marvel apps. I barely
Really?
see Marvel Snaps.
I literally get one ad and it's just Marvel Snap. And I'll get it between I'll get a tweet, Marvel Snap ad, 2 tweets, Marvel Snap ad. It's nonstop.
Yep.
So I guess what I'm saying is, you should play Marvel Snap so you don't get the anime weeb ads.
You have been influenced.
I suppose. I already have it installed though. It seems like a pointless thing. Unless it's to get me to play, which has worked, where I've been scrolling on Twitter, I get the Marvel Snap ad. It's like, you're right, Twitter. I should play Marvel Snap. Let me boot that up real quick and get frustrated. So, anyways, what else do we have? Zeke's favorite, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. That comes out February 24th.
Yeah.
He's gonna be all over that.
Why are the games that none of us care about my games? I love that.
It's just how it
Like
goes.
no one cares about this, but Zeke will take it. He'll care.
He'll play it for the show. Yeah.
Sure.
If we were, that's how it used to work back in the day at like GameSpot or IGN in the early 2000s. If there was a game that, because you had to review everything back then on other sites, it got tossed to just random people. So Zeke, you would have had to play that game in the world of Twitch not existing if you were one to play games for a living. You would have had to been a journalist and play it. Different time.
Yeah.
Thank God you don't. Also on 24th.
If I was a games journalist, I think I would be like, I would try to get a job at some place like
Like QA?
remember man, this is gonna date me, but I think it might still be a thing, but there's an old horror movie magazine called Fangoria.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
I think it still exists.
I would try to work for a video game site that reviews that shit, like the B movies, the horror shit,
it still
the
exists.
really weird and out there stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay, good.
It's
yeah,
it's in
that's
website
the
form.
kind
I
of
don't know
site,
if there's
like-
print.
Yeah, that's the kind of site I would do journalism for. That kind of site probably wouldn't do Kirby, I'd imagine.
I don't know. Kirby's. Do you know the Kirby lore? Kirby's one of the strongest.
I know
games
that
in
Rami,
the world.
like, reveres Kirby. As,
Oh,
like,
that's
the
right. Rami was
strongest
on here and
video
told
game
us the
character
Kirby
of all
lore. I
time.
forgot they did that on that. Rami did that on the show.
I don't know if Rami reveres him. I think he just
fears him.
understands what Kirby. Yeah, it's more fear.
Yeah,
than
he
revere.
fears him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understandably from what we've seen.
Yeah, Kirby lore does
Like
go.
like
hard.
like
We-
God.
we
like a
all-
God, like you love and fear God.
Sure.
We all exist because Kirby allows it. Essentially,
That's accurate.
It's Kirby's world. We just live in it.
we just live in it. That's
True.
right.
February 24th, Octopath Traveler 2. Another Squeenix JRPG there. The first one sold pretty well. Looks like that's multi-plat release instead. I think the first one just launched on Switch. This is PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. Seems to be like that'll probably have some hype, probably sell pretty well. And then Destiny 2 Lightfall jumps on the 28th, which will be a very interesting time for that game. It's not in a great spot. I think the community is really expecting Lightfall to shake things up. But knowing Bungie, we probably won't know anything that's happening in Lightfall until like the week of.
Man, I never know what to think about Destiny. Like
It's a weird game, man.
You
It
get
really is.
all flavors. You get people being like, "This game is hosed. It sucks. The devs are just repeating the same stuff. It's trash." And then you see like big names be like, "Oh man, Destiny's in such a great place, and this level was awesome, and this quest was great, and I love Destiny." And it's just like,
so
it seems very all over the place.
I'll try to classify what you just described. Destiny is in a space where, much like League or any like really ongoing game, it's a game that people play, but they love to talk about how much they hate it while continuing to play it. And it also comes down to, if you're the type of Destiny player that pops in to do the mission instead of like grind the game, then you can pop in for a day, do whatever the new mission is, be like, cool, and set it down and not play for another month. And those are usually the tweets where you see folks like getting excited about Destiny, because like when you do that thing a single time, it's kind of cool. When you do it 100 times to grind something from that mission, it kind of sucks.
So the only thing that I would say I see what you're saying, and that definitely makes it feel more tangible. But the thing that I will say is, I remember when there was a large Destiny directory on Twitch, and these people would be playing Destiny for 8 hours a day. King Gathalion, Vlad. I mean, these guys, all they did was play Destiny. And it's like now, like both of them have moved on to Variety. Like it seems like, I mean, there are some Destiny only streamers still, but it doesn't feel like it used to. And I'm wondering if that's because of the game, or if that's because maybe people just needed to move on. Like it's from the outside looking in, it's hard to put into words.
Yeah, I think that there's more options.
Oh, and yeah, and for the record, Glad and King Gathalion still play, but they just kind of like dip their toe in, play a little bit, and then leave again. You know?
I think when you look at ongoing games in the world of video games, there's just more options these days. Whereas back then, Destiny was kind of it. Granted, Destiny is kind of it for that style of gameplay, I think, these days. But there's a lot more stuff to play that has, like seasons within it type deal. That being said, I think a fuck ton of people still play Destiny. Like, it's in no way like hurting player base wise. I think there's still a massive amount of people that play that game. It's just not necessarily reflected on Twitch. So kind of like Warframe, where like Warframe is fucking huge, but not that many people play it on Twitch, or not that many people watch it on Twitch, I should say. But we'll see with Lightfall. We'll see what happens with it. I will at least jump in for the campaign, and probably the raid. But after that, I usually bow out pretty quickly. So hopefully it's good.
Is it easy to get like raid ready? Like
it's easier than it
gear
has
score
in the
or whatever,
past.
light score wise.
It's easier than it has been in the past. They've made some like changes to it, so it's less of a grind. They've also added, when you play the campaign, at least for like the initial releases, when you play the campaign, you can play it on like a harder difficulty setting. And then when you finish the campaign, you get higher level gear, so it's easier to like be quote unquote raid ready. You get like a full set of gear that's higher power level or whatever. And so there's like avenues to help with that type of stuff. But Destiny's still Destiny at the end of the day, right? Like the core aspect of Destiny has not changed very much since you played it, Zeke, really. But if you enjoy the grind, I fell into the grind and played it for 100 hours in September this past year. So like if you're looking for a grind, it's got one, right? There's things to do. It just depends how much you want to put into it.
The comment I was gonna say this before, but like Destiny, like in the past few years has been. We all have that friend that loves to complain about their significant other, but they'll never break up with him.
Right.
Same energy there. Just like, man, fucking game. God damn it. What are they fucking thinking?
Yeah. Look, it's the same conversation, same relationship that people have with things like League of Legends, Valorant, really a lot of the ongoing games. You put enough time into it, you're going to bitch about aspects of it, but then the next day you're going to be back playing it. That's just how that goes. EFT, really, any World of Warcraft, Overwatch, like all the same style of, I don't know what that relationship's called, but it's very common within the game space.
Very popular among therapists.
Yes, yeah. Someone in my Jazz Jackrabbit asked, which community hates its own game the most? I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't think it's League. I think League
Overwatch.
skews lower. It might be Overwatch. I'm seeing so many
I'd say
different.
WoW's a bad one because the last expansion one is pretty good. I don't even play WoW, and apparently a lot of people are pretty happy with the last expansion. So
they
that's
also
the best
have
time for WoW.
They also have aspects outside of the game to hate WoW.
Oh, Tarkov. Oh, that's
right now. That's
actually,
definitely peak.
Yeah,
a lot of people hate Tarkov. They play it
a lot.
every single day.
Even like the regulars, like what was it? Summit was
Summit,
a few days ago. He's like, I don't like this game. Like that was his title. Was
Summit,
like, I don't like this game.
Summit deleted his inventory and said he was done and was playing the game 72 hours later.
yeah.
People fuck. Yeah. But to be fair, the current state, and you know this more than either of us, Cokes, you've been playing. Current state of Tarkov is very annoying because of the desync. Like
the desync is a little annoying. The queue times are still pretty bad. Tarkov has some issues right now. The sound is just like, for a game where it's that important, it's just mind-numbing how much of an issue it is.
Yeah.
It's a very love-hate relationship with Tarkov. But I feel like that's how it is for most. If you're talking about community that hates the game, most of the time they hate it because they want to keep playing it. They hate the issues with it.
Yeah.
So most of those are a love-hate relationship.
Well, and to be fair, I think most of those people would say that they usually have anger because they just died, and they'll throw that anger at issues with the game. Right? Like, that could be said for all of them. Like League of Legends, when you're saying that you hate League, it's because you just lost a game. When you're saying you like League, it's because you just won a game. It really has to go with where you're at the game, if you're winning or losing. It's how that goes. It's very true. Anyways, Destiny 2 Lightfall, February 28th. We hit March. The games, I think, start to thin out here pretty. I don't know. March is Last of Us Part 1.
These are dates that we know and that are confirmed.
Yes.
So there are a lot more games. It's just we don't, we start getting into non-confirmed territory at this point.
Yeah. Last of Us Part 1 for PC launches on March 3rd. I'm sure if this HBO show does well, that game will be massively popular on PC.
Get the Cyberpunk treatment.
Yep. Wolong, the Fallen Dynasty comes out March 3rd. That was the one that had the demo, right?
I'm excited for this.
That's like the Neo stylish game-ish.
This game is from Team Ninja. It's being published by Koei Tecmo, and I have heard nothing but good things about this.
Did you play the demo?
I know you guys. I didn't.
Oh.
But I get asked about it all the time, at least a few times over the course of like a full day almost. It's a lot of people are saying it's basically like the newer Neo, and it looks awesome. Like it looks awesome. I mean, I am very excited to go into this relatively blind, which is the direction I'm going in it right now since I haven't played the demo.
Nice.
But yeah, I am super pumped for this game.
Yeah. People are kind of whatever on it, and I think that demo changed a lot of opinions regarding this game. I know Maximilian Dude was one of them as well. That's where I saw most of the footage for the game, and he was talking about how difficult it was. Then he kind of learned how the combat works, and he's like, no, this game's fucking awesome.
That is the best. That is, like, in my opinion, that's some of the absolute best feedback you can give a game.
Yeah.
Starting by saying it's too hard, and then playing it for a while and being like, oh shit, no, it's just you got to learn how to play it. Like that is in my opinion some of the best feedback you can give.
Yeah, I agree. And it's on Game Pass, I think.
I wonder if it's going to be like Neo games, they didn't last very long for me because the complexity turned me off. It was
Completely
constantly
understandable.
staring at numbers,
Yeah.
and God, I
Not
didn't
only
like
that,
man.
3 completely different stances, and then understanding how to dance between them, and then remembering which ones have which moves, and then looking at your skill loadout and being like, yeah, that game was completely overwhelming.
But when you said that Maximilian, dude, that totally made sense to me because that's fighting game. Like that's
Yeah. He's got the brain for
the
it.
little tiniest details like turn
Wow.
some people on. Where me,
combo
it just
Yeah. No, I
it's
agree.
not
Can we
for me
rewind
at
it?
all.
Can we rewind it just a second? Like I want to see that one combo again. Yeah,
Oh.
just I can get him like 4 times in like under. Oh
Here,
my
let's do
lord, dude!
this. So the thing just comes out of nowhere.
So he's at full health. He was at full health at the start of this. There's 2 hits, and then goes right into a giant combo that he tries to block.
He does.
He blocks the
successfully
first
parries.
one, and then the second one just destroys him.
That was fast. Yeah.
That was fast.
I mean, Zeke, I'm right there with you in terms of Neo, because like I sat on the show and bitched and moaned about how Neo 2 sucks, and then I swapped weapons, and it was like, no, this is the greatest game.
Game's awesome.
This game's fantastic.
Oh, and dude, you like I cruised around a little bit when I was done with my Neo playthrough because I wanted to see like what the game looked like from like a master, like those people that just spend hours and hours
so you
poring
tuned
over
in my
stuff.
stream, right, Co?
No, you picked the most basic thing and just repeated it over and over, which frankly is a totally valid thing. And I ended up doing the same thing with most weapons as well. There's a huge palette of things you can do. You find a small few things that work, and then you just use those the entire time. It works, and that's one of the things that's cool about this game is
It's
or
viable,
Neo
yeah.
is that you can do, it's totally viable. I did the same thing with my stuff most of the time. Watched. What's up?
I can put it in a nutshell. Like, if you like going to the non-integer or whole number percentage, like going past the decimal point, that's too much. In Neo, they do to the 100th place percentage when you get like bonuses
Stats.
to items. Like,
Yeah.
if it's past just an integer, like a whole number, I'm done. Like, that's too much.
Understand.
But yeah, if you watch a master play a game like Neo, it is obscene how much they'll do like specific moves and specific stances, combo in between stances, perfectly utilize stamina regeneration, constantly be rebuilding. Like it is wild. So I'm actually a little bit glad because I don't think there's too much of that in this game. I think this game's much more just getting good at
That's what everyone
base
said.
mechanics.
Yeah.
And I'm totally for that. That's like some of the coolest parts of Neo is just like getting good at the stuff you really know how to play. So is that red dot looks Sekiro-y?
People,
what does that
there is
mean?
a lot of Sekiro references.
Is there?
In my chat, at least for this game, saying it's very much like it's stealthy more so than Sekiro was, and it does have that type of aspects of the
that looks
combat.
so badass. Combat just looks good.
Yeah, the issue though is not issue. The thing is though is the person playing is actually kind of good at the game, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while before I think you could do that type of stuff, but it should be fun. It comes out March 3rd is the launch date on Wolong Fallen Dynasty, and it is part of Game Pass. So if you're looking to grab it on the cheap, you can grab it on Game Pass. Talking about weird games coming out March 9th, we see the release of Skull and Bones.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't forgotten about that yet. They haven't just like
you know what was
we'll just
weird?
use the assets somewhere else.
When you
Fuck
say
it.
Zeke, it's so funny you say they haven't forgotten about that, and it's because I forgot Ubisoft existed in 2022. They had so many issues as a company that like they didn't release that many games. I don't even know what game they released in 2022. And like this is what they're leading with in 2023 is Skull and Bones. And it's not looking
excited.
great.
Here is my box quote for that game. I was actually excited for Skull and Bones until I saw Skull and Bones.
So you saw the gameplay thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was actually looking forward to it. I thought it could be cool. I thought it could be kind of interesting. And then I watched that gameplay thing, and
Yep.
man, to see him just sail into the middle of the harbor and just half-ass pay attention while like literally 30 ships just like came into their doom, and he didn't have to do anything, and there was no movement, there was no strategy. It was just like all numbers, and just it looked, a lot of it looked kind of mobily, and just I it was not very attractive. And I was, the whole point of Skull and Bones that got me excited was taking something that really worked, which was the Black Flag ship combat. You just keep coming back to that. The Black Flag ship combat. Taking something like that and making that awesome. But instead, it looks like they took that premise and just made it like a very lackluster, like what, I still don't understand this, like resource gathering.
Here's
Like,
the thing, though.
I don't know, man.
Like,
I don't know.
When you played AC4 Co, when do you think that was? How long ago do you think? Without looking at chat.
A long time ago, man.
Co?
A decade?
It was a literal decade when that game came out. It came out October 29th, 2013.
Which
That's
is
when
why
this
I
game
think
should have came out.
Yes,
was
yeah,
any
exactly.
time after that.
The
Not
exciting
10
part.
years.
The exciting part was taking that, iterating on it, and giving the next generation of it as a fully featured standalone game. Like that's what I think was so cool. The idea of Skull and Bones was so cool. To then have seen it and see where it is and the state that it's in, and what a mission actually looks like. It's just like, man, like how are we going to get attached to this? How are we going to want to play this for 20 hours? Like it looks so basic and underwhelming, and like
It's like Skull and Bones turned into a game as a service, but it never came out. It was just a service that Ubisoft kept talking about. And they never released it.
A part of me still hopes that it's good. Like even now, a part of me still hopes like maybe it just didn't look good from the gameplay. Maybe you have to play it yourself. Maybe the progression is cool. I don't like. I know it's kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a time period where Skull and Bones and Sea of Thieves were like competing for hype?
Yes. Yeah. 2013. Oh, yeah. That's what that was.
Yep.
And then we got a bunch of Sea of Thieves shit and zero Skull and Bones.
Here's what happened. Sea of Thieves came out, and like it was pretty mid when it first came out, right? But it's a game as a service. They've patched that game so many fucking times and updated. It's generally regarded as like a pretty good game now. Ubisoft went the other direction, was like, nah, we're going to keep working on this behind the scenes, right? And I'm not saying they should have released a shitty game and like worked on it publicly, but that's kind of what I'm saying. They went a completely different path.
They wish they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm betting they wish they were like, okay, this is the point, guys. Listen up. We either release this game now and know that we're going to get complaints on it, but we put no more cost into it, or we try to make it good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's close, but we're going to try and make it good.
It's pretty wild.
Out of curiosity, do either of you plan on playing this game when it comes out?
It depends if they pay me. That's the God's honest truth. If I get a sponsored stream for this, I will probably check it out. If I don't,
I didn't play Sea of Thieves, so I mean this has no like. Well, okay. Tell me this: does it have like a single player campaign, or is it all just like open world multiplayer shit?
I think it has a story.
It has like a story, but I'm pretty sure it's loose, and it's mostly about the big sandbox experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I did the sponsored stream for this video that we're watching right here. And it was definitely the type of thing where I was like, I went into it. I think Co said he went into it like, this could be cool. I saw a lot of it, and it's like, I don't know anymore. Like some of this just looks weird. I wasn't as down on it as I think a lot of people were, but it definitely, I didn't leave the thing thinking like, man, I'm going to play this day one. Now it's just kind of like, oh, so it's the ship combat with like some weird aspects apart from that. Okay. I would have played that in 2015, 2014. Now I don't know. Especially in a month where there's a lot of games coming out.
Yeah, it is an
or a year,
interesting
really.
release date. It is an interesting release date, especially for how long it's been delayed. For them to put it where it is right now seems like an interesting decision.
Yeah. March 9th. Wolong launches March 3rd. March 9th is Skull and Bones, and the next game after that, at least of like
Star Wars Jedi, man.
Star
It's just
Wars
like
is
a week
big.
later.
Yeah. Star Wars is March 17th.
That's huge.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor is March 17th, which will most likely bury Skull and Bones in terms of word of mouth.
It's funny because I too would, just to look at it. I mean, because I'm probably going to look at it anyway. Like, I was thinking I probably would too do a sponsor stream for it, but at the same time, I think
look at that. Look at the date. It said November 8th. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh my god, yeah. I think Ubisoft may have actually written off Mr. Co. I noticed like most of Twitch got sponsored to like watch the Ubisoft broadcast and the Skull and Bones thing, and yeah, nobody came knocking over here. So I think Ubisoft maybe finally had enough of me.
Maybe, but like I said, apart from and this is the better statement, apart from Mario and Rabbids, I don't think they had anything to sponsor you to play last year.
Oh, that's true. And I did do a sponsored Mario Rabbids stream. I forgot that was Ubisoft.
Yeah. So I think you're fine.
Oh, wow.
Like they didn't release anything.
Wait, no, seriously, chat, help us. What else was there?
Riders Republic, did that come out last year? I don't think they did.
Far Cry 6. I don't think Far Cry 6 was.
Far Cry 6 was 2021, I think.
Oh, Anno? Oh, dude, I'd take a sponsorship Anno any day of the week. That game's awesome.
Oh, Anno 1800. Yeah, that game's
but
incredible.
I don't think that was just DLC, though. I don't think that was like a big new installment or anything. Oh, I think now this year, they got a lot. Yeah, this year. It's not next year anymore. Yeah, this year, they're actually pretty stacked. This year, they've got Skull and Bones. Is the new AC coming out this year? There's an AC thing this year.
Didn't they say holiday? For 2023,
yeah,
I think one of them comes out.
AC Mirage, that's pretty big this year.
Yeah,
and then they've got. I was going to say the Ubisoft Star Wars thing, but that's not this year. They haven't really talked about.
I think that gets announced this year. And there's also like a Splinter Cell thing. They tweeted 2 days ago that Splinter Cell is.
They did the teaser. Thing. They did the teaser thing.
Yeah, so that's probably a thing sometime this year, if not next year. So.
The Settlers' new allies?
Yeah, I skipped over that. That game comes out. Where was
in February? Wait a second. Is that like the Settlers, like from back in the day?
It looks like a back in the day game.
Dude, I played the hell out of Settlers back in the day. I'll be blunt. I didn't even realize they were doing this. It is?
Upcoming real-time strategy city-building game developed by Ubisoft, Dusseldorf, and
Settlers was awesome.
It's a reboot of the Settlers series.
No shit. How have I not heard about this until now?
They've got a bunch of...
They've just been doing no promotion?
They've got a bunch of developer update videos as of a month ago.
That I will probably check out. Settlers was great back in the day. Like, that was a really cool game. I actually really dug that one. Dan Valley says it got delayed twice because of very negative feedback on the betas. It's actually quite a bit different from the actual Settler games. It's an RTS now.
Yeah, that's what it's labeled as on when you search it.
Oh,
mid-Feb for that.
Damn, the old so good. That's too bad. Okay.
I do want to jump back to Star Wars Jedi Survivor so we don't skip over it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I had the first game wasn't a perfect game. I hope that this game is as close to perfect as possible. There was some more issues than ponchos, I think, for me in the first one. But it's Star Wars. I was on board from the fucking first 2 words of the game, but it was very good.
I actually loved the first game.
Yeah.
The first Star Wars Jedi. I thought I had a great time exploring the levels. I thought some of the set pieces were phenomenal. The thing about Star Wars, what was it? Star Wars Jedi Outcast? Is that what it's called?
Sure.
Is that the new one or the old one?
Survivor is the new one. So I think
Survivor's the new one. I think the first one's Outcast. The thing that drove me crazy about the first one is that the game was so cool and I liked playing it so much, but they gave you 0 reasons to go and explore and do everything. Because what was it? Lightsaber crystals did nothing, the hilts did nothing, and then the ponchos did nothing. So it's like it's like they had the framework and the sandbox. Oh, Fallen Order. I'm sorry, not Outcast. Fallen Order.
Yeah, there's too many Star Wars games.
Yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars games. They
And they
had the
name 'em like
framework and the
dipshits.
world and the levels of like a super cool sandbox game. Like, can you imagine like all over the world and stuff if there was actual tangible items that made your game better, or you could get new skills or new Jedi moves and stuff? Like, it would have been so cool to explore all over that world and find all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I explored like maybe 30 or 40% of the world, and I just kept getting those damn ponchos and shit. And I was just like, dude, there's no reason to do this. And once you get all the skills you want, you're just done. You're done. So I heard that feedback loudly for the original, and I don't think they've talked too much about what they're doing in the new one. I don't know if
I don't know if they went into the itemization stuff. They did say there's like two new combat styles, but that's it.
Okay, so I don't know if they're just doing cosmetic itemization again. But I really hope that they give more purpose to exploring these super cool worlds and areas they've created. It was very frustrating to not really have that in the first one.
Yeah.
It didn't reward completionist play at all, essentially.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. This one seems like there might be more, at least in the footage that we've seen right here. In some aspects of the game, there's going to be like a lot of companion stuff cooked into the game where they're actually like walking around with you and fighting with you. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm still excited for it, regardless. Like I'm bored.
Super pumped for it.
Yeah,
I'm completely there.
It should be dope.
Yeah.
I hope
And
I have a
also,
reason
like-
to 100% it.
Yeah. Zeke?
I had no idea, but I watched just recently, like this past year. I finally watched all of Shameless, and I was like, "Oh, dude,
Yeah, you didn't know that was him.
that's the kid." No, I had never watched Shameless, so I didn't know who that guy was. But then I watched it. I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna Jedi survive. Right, good for you.
He's a pretty good actor, turns out.
Dude, he looks so different.
He's
I tell you
older.
that beard, I literally thought the first time I saw it that it was a different. I was like, why'd they replace the main guy? Like, my lord, man, he looks so different.
He's got a little bit of a
Crazy.
Obi-Wan beard on him. You know?
Yeah.
Little bit of a Ewan McGregor beard there. Looks better, I think. I think it suits him. I think it looks fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and it helps him become like being emotionless, Jedi, being a ginger and all that.
Yes. Yeah, no soul.
For sure.
True.
I'm sure that's
the lack of a
comments
soul
been
should
made.
help that role. Yes.
Yeah. That is March 17th. Resident Evil 4 Remake on the 24th. That's PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Another totally there for that. 100%.
Yeah. Zeke.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just play Resident Evil 4? Is that why this came out? For some reason, I thought you just played Resident Evil 4. Am I wrong about that?
I played it. I'm not sure if it was 22 or 21, but I played it on the original hardware, I believe.
Got it.
Because I don't think you could play it enhanced. Or you were saying that, the enhanced version coming out, or the remake or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So you're welcome for that too.
Yeah, no, that's why I got to.
I got to admit,
there's rumors about Metal Gear as well. Metal Gear Solid, like having a
Konami might put something out.
Wild rumors, about it coming back because they took it. Because I found this out when I tried to play 3 or 4. I can't remember. Have I played 4 yet?
Yeah,
I did play 4. Okay. That there was no digital copies because the licensing for some of the clips they used ran out. So there's no digital copies for Metal Gear Solid 4 and maybe some other ones. I'm not sure, but like there's old film footage that they use in them that they had the rights for, but they no longer do.
Okay. Sounds like Konami bullshit. That's where that comes from. RE4 Remake. You were going to say something about it?
Oh, I have thoroughly enjoyed all of the remakes. I mean,
3 was kind of rough.
I was good. A couple of them have not been quite up to, I'd say, the standards of the original, especially in cases like in 3, where the original was pretty damn awesome. But at the same time, if you just take them for what they are, like I still had a great time playing it. It was still a fun adventure game. I mean, especially when
it's just short.
I played a lot of like random adventure games in October, like as even some that were kind of off the beaten path. And even if they aren't the best adventure games, they're still fully cogent, fun inventory management horror adventure games, and they work. So, yeah, I am super excited for 4. I don't even have high hopes. It's going to be very hard for them to beat the original as one of the more beloved RE franchise games. So I'm not expecting it to be better, but if it's even on par, like, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I agree.
If they do not keep in the extremely
part?
weirdly powerful fucking melee kicks and shit, like if they don't keep that stuff, I'm gonna be very upset.
You know, come to think, I don't think I've
That is a
ever,
horrifying scene.
I don't think I've ever played RE4. I think this might be the first. If I play it, I think this might be the first time I play it fully. I think I watched my brother play this game.
I'll give you a pro tip and a hint. Don't bother with the eggs. They do nothing to the enemies.
Isn't this the game
You
that
can throw
has,
them, but they don't do shit.
Isn't this the game that has the boat? And if you shoot the water enough, some bad stuff happens?
Yep.
Okay. I remember watching my brother do that. I never played it.
And also the jet ski glitch, which is one of my favorite glitches.
Oh, I don't know what that is either.
Oh, you like it's at the very end of the game, but if and when you play it, because you should, it holds up.
I'll probably play it. I played the other
also
ones.
it's funny. But if you get to the end of that, just ask Chad how to set it up because
okay.
I rolled on that.
Well,
shit.
they might
That was
fix
so
it in the
funny to
remake.
me.
I hope they don't, but they'll probably fix whatever the. I'll look it up on YouTube if it's worth checking out with the jet ski.
Oh, this may be too much, but someone in chat was wondering when we're watching the trailers, can you put the name of the game on the stream?
It might be too much for me to handle.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm juggling too many things.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, Paul. That's why I'm trying to mention it as much as possible.
This is Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil 4 is one of those when people are shouting names. That's why Jason. That's why Leon is one of the names that gets lumped in there because that will become a thing for you. It is a thing for everybody.
This is also the what are you selling? What are you buying guy, right?
What are you selling? What are you buying?
Yep.
Okay.
What are you buying?
Okay.
Good choice, stranger.
I will most likely check that. And it's also not these games. Resident Evil 4 in general, Resident Evil games are about 10 to 15 hours, so it's approachable in terms of length, right? How long do you guys remember? How long RE4 was? Under 20, probably.
Don't hold on. I just checked to see if I had played it by looking up a playlist earlier.
About 15 and a half hours, according to the old howlongtobeat.com.
2015.
Oh, I looked it up on Steam.
Wow, I played this in 2015. I haven't played this game for 8 years.
There you go.
No wonder I was having trouble remembering it.
Were you playing it for RE7 release?
Maybe.
Did you do like a full?
Maybe. I know I played a lot of Resident Evils. I did like a Resident Evil-a-thon back in the day.
Chat's saying it's not the scariest game, so that's great.
I think that was the first time I played it too. So
yeah, cool.
I played it for October. There you go. Okay, that sounds right.
That wraps up March. Now the game releases start thinning out in terms of
announced dates.
Yeah, in terms of announced dates. April.
Are we gonna take a break, by the way? I'm
not until we wrap this up. So if you want to do it now, yeah.
Oh, okay. I can wait if we're gonna.
We got a lot, Zeke. I would just go.
Okay, go. I'll go. I drink way too much fluid.
Yeah. April is a pretty slow month. We have the Hogwarts Legacy release for PS4 and Xbox One because they delayed the older.
I was going to say it's coming out later.
Yeah, PS4 and Xbox One got delayed because I think they were having performance issues with that. That's not a bad thing, I don't think.
Hey, you only get one release, right?
Yeah, exactly. In terms of what we know, according to this list, we have Meet Your Maker, Mega Man Battle Network, Legacy Collection, God of Rock, Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores, which is the DLC. That's probably going to be the big one.
DLC.
Yeah, that's April 19th.
Yep.
And then Dead Island 2 on the 28th as well. Where are you at with Dead Island 2?
That's cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a fan of Dead Island way back in the day. I don't think I've ever streamed it. So actually, with April being it may be a good time to stream Dead Island 1 before Dead Island 2. That could be kind of fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be just silly fun.
It's very campy.
Very campy, exactly. So it could be cool. It could be cool. Oh, one thing not on here, and thank you very much, Carmine, for mentioning this in chat. I think they confirmed the System Shock 1 remake for March. Is that accurate? I think it finally has a release date. It's either like early March or late February or something.
It says March 2023 on Steam. Doesn't have a proper date.
There we go. I, for one, am super looking forward to that. Night Dive is a very cool studio. I have actually never played System Shock 1. I played 2 a couple times back in the day, but I've never played System Shock 1. So my first System Shock 1 playthrough ever is going to be that remake, which I'm very excited about. So that is also going to be coming out in March. Which is very cool.
Yeah, Zeke, I think you're a System Shock fan, right? You're going to play the
remake.
Did
you hear about this, Zeke? The System Shock 1 remake got confirmed for the end of March.
Oh, good. Because I've been waiting to play System Shock. I've never played System Shock.
I have never played it as well.
I was like, the remake. I should play System Shock if I like BioShock, yada yada. And that's right around the time that they were like announcing this. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait then. I will wait to play System Shock until the new release comes out.
What's really cool is this game stays very true to the original while also bringing it like into a nearly current day state in terms of quality and graphics. So it's a very faithful remake, which should be a lot of fun for people from people who have never played it to people that know the first inside and out. So it's looking to be really cool.
Cool. There's
also, by the way, shout out to Night Dive, who multiple times in the development change the course of what they were doing based on feedback from their community.
Night Dive is the developer?
Yes, Night Dive is a dev, and they at multiple times throughout the game like drastically changed how it looked, how it felt, because the community was like, no, we want it like this, we want it like this, and they were like, okay, we'll redo it. Like I think at one point they redid like a huge amount of it before they did the demo because people were just like, this doesn't feel how we want it to, and they were like, all right, we're gonna drawing board it and we're gonna try to do it the way you want it. And sure enough, I think shortly after that was when they released the demo, which I played, and the demo felt great. So it's looking very good.
Cool. Chat also pointed out that this game is finally March 1st, the day before. This is like the previously most wish-listed game on Steam.
Yeah, this is the zombie division-y game.
It's an open-world MMO survival set in a deadly post-pandemic America overrun by flesh-hungry, infected, and survivors killing each other for food, weapons, and cars.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't... Apart from trailers...
I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah, I don't think people have played this, right? It's just trailers? Okay.
It looks like it might be kind of cool. Like it has like flavors of like a zombie Tarkov in more of an open world environment. But I it also could just be a rehash of the Division. So it's going to be interesting. But it looks like it could be.
Why are people saying
I'm going to give it a try.
I don't know. I guess the developers have history or something.
I don't think it's. Yeah, I'm actually getting that a lot of my chat as well. Fake game. It's probably not going to be real. The game. Somebody just said this game doesn't exist. Well, I mean, we did just watch a trailer.
It's got trailers for it, I guess.
I mean,
yeah, the devs apparently have a lot of
devs suck. The dev is
history.
Super Sketch Vaporware. Wow,
weird.
Okay, let me. Okay. What is let's do a little bit of on
the day before
here.
Is the name of the game. Apparently, Force had a video on it.
The publisher is Mytona. And the developer is fantastic. This is their first game, according to Steam. So maybe it's a front dev kind of deal. Devs are famous for making fake games. This dev has a lot of baggage. They've abandoned a lot of games.
Oh. Funny enough, if you look on
It's
Steam,
not a real trailer. It's a vertical slice. I don't think you know what that word means, but it was a good attempt.
If you look at Steam for F-Fantastic or Fantastic, whatever it is, they've also been tagged on Prop Night Supporter Pack, the Wild 8 Supporter Bundle, and Radiant One, which Zeke has actually played because you own that game.
I own the Wild 8 and Radiant One.
Yeah. So I don't know if...
Radiant One I have 0.0 hours, and Wild 8.
Oh. So I clicked on the publishers. Mytona is the publisher, and they've only done Day Before.
Funny
Fantastic
enough,
is the developer.
if you go to Prop Night Steam, it says developers fantastic, publisher Mytona fantastic. So it's a different label,
Oh, that's weird.
but same developer as the Day Before, or same publisher. Weird. It's kind of okay. But you did a sponsor stream for Prop Night, right?
I did
Yeah.
a sponsor stream for Prop Night with Lyric and I think, what was it, Lupo? It was we had a good time, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was a fun with friends deal. It was
Yeah. But
it was okay. I mean, it worked.
They have games, I guess, is what that confirms. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens in March.
One of the down reviews, they reduced the maps, and now there are a third of the old ones. Another down. This game used to be fun with friends back in the day. Shortly after it got released, some of my friends and I bought it, and we enjoyed it from a time.
This is Prop Night?
This is Prop Night, yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 of their games
So
in my
yeah, it
Steam
looks like their devs are
inventory.
very popular.
2 of their games in my Steam inventory that I own was with one has 1 minute played and one has 0. So I'm guessing these devs might be the kind that email you a key. Because I just
you just add them.
I just take the keys out of the email and add them to my Steam library.
Yeah. Huh.
A lot of times.
We'll see what happens when March 1st rolls over. Moving
Oh,
along.
wow.
What's that?
Sorry, last thing. This is for Prop Night. I paid for a game that I enjoyed, so they bought the game when it was one way. Then they completely changed it and made it a generic copy of Dead by Daylight. All the cosmetics I had earned disappeared. Free-to-play game, sure, change them all you want, but a paid game, changing it as much as the developers did, is crap.
That sucks.
So they bait and switched it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not good.
I can quickly see why this would cause some ire in the community about them. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Damn.
Well, be on the lookout, chat,
Okay.
when that stuff, if it starts being pushed again, marketing wise. For
those who want to follow it up
before
more,
is the name.
apparently Force Gaming. I saw his name come up a bunch. For those interested in the Day Before, Force Gaming has apparently done a bunch of videos on it. So YouTube that name, Force Gaming without a space, and apparently you can find more information there.
There you go. Moving along to May, we have 2 confirmed release dates, both big games. The first one, I think, is going to be fun conversation to have, at least on this show. It's The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. That's on May 12th is when that releases. Are either of you going to play that, or are you both immediately out from the get-go?
I am 100.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
It's I won't play anything else on Switch.
Oh.
Oh, are
Just
we on
exclusive,
a
I will
Switch
not play
boycott?
I don't know if
No,
it's a boycott. I think
it's
he won't play because he doesn't. It sucks.
The Switch is just not like it's like playing a retro system that's not actually retro.
Nice. Okay. You know, I can't disagree with you. It really, yeah.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
kind of really accurate.
But also, Legend of Zelda, the last game was my most disappointing game of that year because I really wanted liking it, and I just didn't.
Yeah.
I just saw that one guy in chat after Zeke's comment. Oh, come on!
Oh, dude. Yeah,
I mean, he's not, dude. You can like the Switch and still agree with what he said.
There,
you
can't.
don't. I mean,
yeah.
you can't. Yeah.
There are phones that are stronger than the Switch by a large margin these days. It needs new hardware. It needs new
Graphics
hardware.
aren't everything. They are when the game is very graphic heavy.
Yeah.
You're right. Graphics aren't everything. But when they try to jam Xenoblade Chronicles 3, when they try to jam a bunch of high graphics onto it, that's where the issues rise up. And that's what they keep trying to do.
Very true.
Let me just alleviate that comment or placate that comment a little bit by saying I'm doing an entire month right now as we speak. That's only CD-ROMs. So I know graphics aren't everything. I agree with that statement. But you're trying, like, you put a fucking Audi engine, or not an Audi engine. You put like a fucking Dodge Dart engine inside of a car that a Ferrari or whatever. It's like it looks good, but it runs like garbage.
Yeah, performance and graphics, I think, are two different things. And like the Switch struggles to perform sometimes. Most of the time. 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Co, are you out?
Anyway,
Are you out from the get-go? Are you like where are you at with the Zelda?
100% in.
Yeah? Just to see if
100%.
they remove durability?
I want to see all the things they change. I'm very curious. I mean, I feel like there was a huge amount of vocal feedback given to Nintendo, and I am very curious to see what they iterated on, what they kept, what they threw out. I played the Zelda Breath of the Wild all the way through. I have been very public that I did not think it was a very good interpretation of Zelda. I think it tried to be something and it didn't really hit the mark on a lot of things. I thought it wanted to be Zelda Witcher, but instead it was just kind of open and felt kind of lifeless and boring and repetitive. And I'm curious to see if they made the second one for people like me that wanted more in all regards, or if they were happy with what they made and they just want to make more of that. So yeah, I'm 100% in. I will probably do at least a full run of it, like a full story run, just to see everything that's there. Yeah, I mean, I'm always up for giving stuff second chances. I'm always up for being impressed in a situation like this, especially when it's a big franchise. So yeah, I'm gonna give it another try and see how it is.
Yeah,
I'm going in with low expectations. So
if let me ask you this, and Zeke, feel free to answer as well. Though I know you said you weren't going to play. The durability for you guys wasn't just the only issue, right? It was everything. It was a lot of, but the durability was the biggest issue. Is that
for
quantifiable?
me? The durability was a really big issue, and I felt like it was trying to be a big open world, interesting game because that's what was kind of big and kind of trendy at the time, especially for those last few years. And I felt like it just kind of missed the mark. I mean, there were so many times that I was just running in kind of a near empty area, not really anything interesting to see or do. Like the puzzle things were kind of cool, but they all looked almost the same. It was just it just the main story was very lackluster. It was just very standard and safe. It just didn't wow me. It didn't wow me at all. I remember. And maybe it's just the jaded old person, but I remember playing the older games like Majora's Mask especially and being like, this is awesome. Like, this is super cool. Like, I haven't done this in games before. Like, this is interesting. These guys are making new and fun things. This is great. And I didn't get that feeling at all with Breath of the Wild. Nothing it did felt new or great to me. It felt like it was trying to be something that in my opinion didn't hit the mark. Now, for the record, I need to make it super clear. I'm not a huge Zelda fan. I never have been a huge Zelda fan. So, going in with that, I was probably looking for more from the game than I think a standard Zelda fan. And I completely understand when huge Zelda fans got their favorite IP in an open world format, and that was enough for them, and the game's awesome, and I love Breath of the Wild. It's great kind of stuff. Like, I get when people say that, especially from big Zelda fans. But as a non-big Zelda fan, it didn't have that wow that I was hoping it would have.
Sure.
It was the durability. I can just say it in one fucking easy sentence there, bro. Like, immediately when my first weapon broke, I was like, this can't be.
Durability was the worst part.
It can't be for the whole thing, right? And that was the immediate thing. I was like, I don't remember how many hours, but it wasn't that many. It was less than 10
that
I put in it. I was like, this is going to be a thing for the, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done.
What was it? I think when I heard the Master Sword could break.
It could break, yeah. Well, it would be on cooldown, right?
Cooldown. Yeah, it's just like, what are you thinking, man? Yeah. Like what? Like that's ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
Like it's just such an unnecessary. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was fun? You know,
I'm
like,
just gonna
again-
mention that, like, weapon durability, like, I don't understand it because it's the dev. It seems like it's the devs trying to tell you how to enjoy the game. When I'm always of the opinion that you should be able to choose how you enjoy a game without like the dev going, "We want you to try all these different weapons." Like, I don't want to.
well, this is
I
what
want
it
to
comes down
have
to.
one weapon I like and stick with it. Fuck, just let me have that.
Weapon durability is at heart an exploration mechanic. The devs want you to not only have to physically go to locations and get new weapons, but they want you to explore their combat system by doing different things. This goes to like the durability is a good example of the heart of the problem I feel with Breath of the Wild. They tried to put in systems that other games of a similar type have, and they just didn't do it right. It didn't work out in the Breath of the Wild interpretation. Like, they made it so dumbed down and basic that it's like it didn't work. Like, it's a cool idea. I 90% of the time I like weapon durability systems because it makes you try things maybe you wouldn't normally, and maybe you'll find something you like more, or maybe you have to go to a different location, a side quest that you wouldn't normally do to get more equipment and gear that you can stockpile and, you know, build up a little armory. That's a cool idea, but their interpretation was terrible. It was actually terrible. Like it, and I feel like that little microcosm is kind of extrapolated out to different parts of the game where they tried to do something that other games have done well, and it just didn't really work out. And you kind of keep seeing that over and over. So anyway,
Yeah,
I'm done. No.
Look, Zelda's been a topic of discussion on the show for a very long time. I think if you go back and watch, I think we had Gathalion on maybe when we talked about that game the first time. And I'm the complete opposite of Zeke and Co. It's up there with like my most anticipated game of the year. But I didn't mind the durability.
I think it'll be many
stuff.
people's game of the year. I think if they didn't change, I bet if they didn't change anything from Breath of the Wild, it would still be many people's game of the year. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they're going to do that.
I don't think they're going to change shit. I think Nintendo is going to do what Nintendo always does, and that's not listen to anyone and just do whatever they think is best. And
well, I mean, they made a bunch of changes for Breath of the Wild outside of the normal comfort zone. So
yeah, but that was because they wanted to make that game, not because they. Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't want to speak for the developers.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're gonna say Zeke.
It's funny you say that, JP, because I watched The Menu last night, the newer movie.
Oh yeah.
With Ray Fiennes playing a chef, and I won't talk about the movie at all, but like. Sometimes game developers are like master chefs. It's like, no.
They get what
you eat it like this.
Yeah.
And
I know
no substitutions. You eat it like this. This is how you enjoy my meal.
Yeah.
There is no other way to enjoy it.
That's Nintendo.
How dare you?
That's very much Nintendo, and that's very much empowered by Nintendo's fan base, I think, in a lot of ways. And that's not wrong. That's just how they do it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, some people love that. It's like, oh, I never thought of doing that, and then like that. It's like you just stick it in your mouth and just chew it, right? That's what I do. That's how I eat food.
Yeah,
put it in my mouth and then I chew it up and then eventually swallow it, and then make a poop with it. I guess. Is there more to it?
That's right. We'll see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be a huge Nintendo Direct on it probably in April where they detail all the systems in the games. And that's going to be a huge amount of discourse within the gaming space on how durability is still in the game and not changed, or still is no longer in durability, which then is going to give ammunition to the people like Zeke and Co. But who argue like, oh, we were right all along. Durability was bad. I'm not saying you guys do that. I'm saying people like you that do argue. Okay. Yeah.
I have
classify that.
If they were to actually remove durability, that is a respectful move in my opinion. Like that is, you get nothing but praise for listening to your community on stuff like that. Like I would not want to see them get ragged on for that.
What I mean is that people that say that they're wrong, this is where they're different than the two of you, will then use that as ammunition that they were right all along, that durability is bad. Where the two of you will just kind of say it jokingly and half truthfully. They'll wholeheartedly say it.
I'd love it if that shit turned into like motion blur, like just a little boxy text. Like,
oh yeah, that'd be great.
Nope.
That'd be great. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, it'll be a thing, I'm sure, whenever this game comes out. Or sorry, whenever this game shows the systems in it. So probably sometime in April, if not early May. The other big game slated for May is May 26th with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is Chad, help me here. Is that a game as a service or is that just a story-based game with multiplayer? I don't know which one it is. I'm on board regardless.
Yeah.
It's just a story-based game with multi. Oh, now I'm saying, sir. Okay, chat doesn't know. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. That's right. We'll have to see.
Yeah, yeah. Should be cool though. It's looking like, this is Rocksteady's thing. They've done good stuff in the past. I'll see how it turns out. I'm excited.
One of the first things you see on their website from the creators of the Batman Arkham series, that's a good tag. Let me know that, and I might be more interested for sure.
Yeah, those games are really fucking good.
They're really good.
They kind of defined combat for an entire generation or two of video games. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. From May, we go to June. June might be the most stacked month of the year in terms of AAA releases. June 2nd, we have Street Fighter 6. June 6th, we have Diablo 4. And June 22nd, we have Final Fantasy 16.
Definitely awesome.
It's going to be a good month in June.
It's going to be a good month. And again,
it's going to be
at
kind
this
of wild.
point, we are far into unannounced date territory.
Yes,
there is a very good chance that we will see other games in June as well. I mean, we're 6 months out.
Yeah.
Also, if any of these games in the next 3 months get pushed back, there's a chance that they're going to get pushed into June as well. So
yeah,
June is going to be big, very, very big.
Let me ask you this: what is is there a high chance of all three of those games getting pushed to fall?
I don't think Final Fantasy.
I feel like Final Fantasy is pretty much on. Like, I trust Yoshi P to not delay that. I mean, that's the guy that cried because they delayed Final Fantasy 14 and Walker by 2 weeks. So I don't think they're going to push 16 at all.
I don't have faith in Square Enix, but I do have faith in Yoshi.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I would think Street Fighter 6 is coming along. I don't see why they pushed back Street Fighter 6. I mean, they had their kind of roadmap like a year in advance. It got leaked and everything. So I think Street Fighter 6 is probably fine. Now that being said, I don't really know anything about Diablo 4. I mean, Diablo 4, it's Blizzard, and they would lose money if they push it back. So immediately when you use those two words together, we can assume that that's probably not going to happen. I mean, if Blizzard is anything, you could argue it's business first. So I would think that Diablo 4 is pretty safe. I would think we're pretty safe. I mean, they put like a date on it. They put a ring on it.
And they waited a long time to put a ring on it, right? Like,
and they've already done the closed alphas. Like they're they've already done the peel the Band-Aid off with the whole shows about the monetization and things. So I would be very surprised if Diablo 4 got pushed. So funny enough, out of all the games we've talked about, those three I feel are some of the most solidified in terms of actually happening.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Like
I would also say hyped. Like these are the three games people
Final
want.
Fantasy especially. Final Fantasy is going to be huge. Street Fighter 6 is going to be huge. The fighting community has been loving the alphas. And then Diablo 4. I mean, it's Diablo 4, man. Like that's
Diablo 4.
It's Diablo 4. Like, I think a lot of people are going to be really excited for that.
Probably in
hopefully it's good.
Yeah. I would say just pre-orders alone, even given all that shit, Diablo 4 is probably going to be one of the best-selling games of the year. Just because it's Diablo 4. Even given all of that shit.
God forbid it's actually really good.
Yeah, and if it's really good, it's going to sell incredibly well.
If they actually get all the stuff they've talked about being in that game working properly, and most importantly, working how they're kind of selling them, those features and mechanics, the game's going to be cool. Like, if it's going to be cool, like the big open world and go where you want, when you want, and it's all going to work together, and like the like public events that you seamlessly enter and leave with other people. Like if that actually all works, that's going to be just a fun game.
Yeah.
So
Well,
hopefully the monetization isn't going to get too much in the way, and God forbid they try to do something sneaky with it. I think that would be the worst thing that
I
could
don't
happen.
think they could. Like, I think they're gonna get that, like, more so than any other game developer in video games today. They are under the fucking most craziest, biggest microscope. Where if they fart and it doesn't smell like roses, they're fucked. They will get destroyed.
But I mean, what's really I mean, does that really matter to them? I mean, just look at Diablo Immortal.
maybe
Like,
not.
Yeah. I mean,
It's already gonna
just
sell
like
well, right? Like, this
they
game
know
could launch
what you just said.
Oh,
They
100%.
know that
yeah.
this game is going to be huge, and they can, So I mean, it's very much a time will tell situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. And that's my concern with Diablo 4 is that they're going to try to do the Square Enix augment your pre-order shit, where at some point they're just going to slide some little thing in that's going to be just like stupidly marketing business oriented, and that people are going to revolt, or the game's it's going to change how the game works or something like that. Actually could happen. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
and I know it's not gameplay, but the trailers for that shit are absurdly good.
Oh, they're fucking
If there's
best in
one
class.
thing Blizzard has always been good at, they are some of the best cutscene makers of.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
That one we
Sizzle
saw,
Reels are just top notch.
one we saw at Game
Top-notch.
Awards was incredible. Is fucking
Absolutely.
insane.
Yep.
The one caveat I will say about Diablo 4, it does say it releases June 6th. Do not expect to play that till probably June 7th or 8th. Because
We'll see, man.
it's a Diablo launch. It's going to be a lot of people trying to play that game.
Especially
That
because
shit
many
ain't going to work.
of those cool mechanics we talked about, a lot of those mechanics are online. Or
The whole
or
fucking game's
server-based.
online, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah,
What happened? Didn't Overwatch 2 come out and they got DDoS or something, and the whole thing was
They had
like,
launches, launch issues with Overwatch 2, and I think that might have just been players trying to play. I
think at one point, didn't one of the devs say they were? Maybe not.
I want to say you are right. I think they did claim that they were being DDoSed, which I don't.
Yeah, I think they actually claimed they did.
I don't think that's a lie. Like it was a
he
VP
just didn't.
come out and
He
say
just
that.
didn't decide to be specific in saying it's our players trying to connect that are DDoSing.
It could be our own community is DDoSing.
Our own
us.
community is DDoSing us due to how many people trying to play the game. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Wait, do you really get 4-day early access for Diablo 4 if you pre-order? Is that real? I didn't know that. I want to
4
verify that
days?
before we move on.
That 100% sounds like a Blizzard thing. For $100?
That's 4 days in advance starting on June 2nd for the $90 or $100 version of Diablo 4. So
You
that
better
in
play
itself,
$25 worth of it per day.
that in of itself might help with server issues potentially. Or
It could also help them make a whole lot of money.
How do we get them to pay for $90 for a game, Bob? Well, we could give them 4-day early access, but we all know that those servers are going to die. Ah, that's right.
I wonder if we're ever going to get to a point where it's like, so you could play the game 30 days early for $350, or 20 days early for $250, or a deal at 10 days early for only $150. This is the bargain one right here. This is the one you
It's
want.
the best value.
That's the best value.
Listen.
Is what that is.
The people who pay $100 for pre-order, they know their game. They know what they're getting. So they're not going to be surprised that it's fucking not going to work.
Here's the thing.
They know us, okay?
Look, God's honest truth.
June release, $250. July release, $150. Release date, August 2nd.
God's honest truth. They've probably already thought about that. And 2, if they did that, it'd probably be very lucrative for them. Even at like $150, that would be incredibly lucrative for them, I would bet.
It's all about easing the player base into it, though.
Right,
Like,
right. It
I
helps
think
them
that,
in that
like,
regard, yeah.
These little, like, an extra $40 for 4 days kind of thing, like, they're just going to keep growing this out. They're just going to keep growing it out. So if this works out for them, which it's gonna, It's gonna be like, okay, get it a week early for $150. Buy the $300 collector's edition for 10 days early access.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just it's all
Yeah.
So, now, to be fair, this stuff has been happening for a decade.
Right. Blizzard's
Like,
not first to market
Blizzard's
with
not
this,
no.
yeah.
The whole get in a few days. I mean, MMOs are notorious. What was it? Arcade 10 years ago? Buy the
I
Founders
remember that.
Edition and get in like 5 days early or something.
God, that
Yeah,
was,
so, I mean,
and that was $100, right? Wasn't it?
yeah.
Didn't we pay
I think it
100
was
for that?
more. Wasn't it more? And
Oh,
then
God,
to play
don't
the
tell me I
alpha and
spent-
stuff, it was like a Founders Edition for like $400 or something to play in the early alpha stuff. Oh, yeah,
Fuck,
man.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So I mean, this you know,
I spent
Par for the
$200
course.
on that fucking game. That's why I'm sad.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you say now that's actually a decent question? Just the interstitial here.
Yeah.
What is the biggest amount of money you regret paying for gaming related things? It could be a game, or it could be like a first Founders Edition or something like that. Like that you were like, I paid, and then fuck. I wish I could go back and never do that.
Mine is very like streamer specific because I would buy, and I'm trying to think of the one that I feel the worst about, but I would get the collector's edition that comes with the statue. So I'm already in for $200-300 on something. And then I would buy the game digitally so that I could play whenever I wanted to stream. And then they would re-release the game on a different platform or some shit. So I would buy it again on that. I'm trying to think like what is the most, like what's the worst game that I've done that for? Because I stopped doing that. Because it was
Wasn't
like
a game.
$400 for multiple shit. What's that?
Mine was definitely the God, I'm blanking on the name. I can't believe it. The Steam VR.
Oh, the Index?
Oh, Index?
Index, yeah. I regret it because I never used it. I used it once.
Did you buy it for MSRP for like $1,000 or did you pay surplus on it? Okay.
And you played Alex?
I was like, man, because it was
I think you
at the
did.
time I was really loving VR games, and by the time the fucking thing got to me, I had stopped playing VR games, and I was used to that's why I was touting the PSVR, because I was used to PSVR where there's nothing to set up, like I don't have to put 4 fucking boxes on the corners of my wall. Not that it's huge, like a huge big deal, but it's just like, and then it just sits, and I just fucking, that just a big regret for me. It's like I should have just left it. I have big buyer's remorse on that one.
I'll be blunt. Room scale Half-Life Alex, almost worth the cost of the Index alone for me. That is, to this day, like
It is pretty
one
good.
of these singular gaming experiences. Doing that in room scale, being able to actually crouch behind cover and like get up and fire and go back down and like walk around in the world, like, and the whole ending sequence, that was mind.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I
Mind-blowing.
played a little bit of Half-Life Alex, and I realized the reason why I like the PlayStation because I don't have to get up on my fat ass. Like,
Fair.
Like,
That's totally
you're
a real
like,
thing
oh,
with
man, you
VR.
can like actually duck. You mean do squats, Co? Like, fuck you. No, thank you.
Dude, I think the longest session I did for Alex was like 3.5 hours, and I was sweating.
Dude,
I was
you're not
my
kidding.
headset was fogging up.
I did
Because man,
I did 8 hours
Oh.
on Alex the first day. I was like, guys, we're gonna do like maybe 2-3 tomorrow max. I can't do this shit at all. This is awful. Yeah, definitely out of shape. I don't know what my biggest regret is though, Zeke. I was trying to I was trying to think which games I did what I described and I feel bad about. And I don't really
I don't have regrets because I love supporting the devs, but I do have like silly, like just like what are you thinking?
well, do you
And that is Path of Exile $500 packs. I mean,
yeah.
for what you get and for how much you're spending, I like supporting GGG. Like, they're great company.
It
I
is
like Path
kind
of
of
Exile.
crazy.
But I've bought like 4 of those packs at this point, and it's like, and I don't even, let's be real, I don't even use 95% of what's in any of them. So it's just like,
Yeah.
but again, I don't. It's weird because I don't regret it because I love supporting good developers. I don't regret it, but it's still just like
I mean,
it's
as someone
it's a pretty silly.
as someone who spent maybe $1,000-ish shy of 5 digits on Path of Exile, that might be it. That might be like
Wow.
the biggest regret. But the same
Yeah,
way,
not
it
quite
all
that
went to
far.
like supporting the game.
Yeah. So
But like,
of course we're sitting here talking about it's all about supporting those devs that are mostly owned by Tencent. Good on us, right?
yeah, no, it's when you start to think about the fact that like, yeah, you bought wings for $500, you moron.
Yeah.
You mean like physical wings? No, I mean like some pixels.
That's right. To be fair, they weren't with Tencent for a lot of the times we bought the packs. That's true.
By the way, did you see the newest pack code? Did your community tip you off to that?
Chat was just telling me, like, somebody just goes, "Did you know you can float in the new one?"
Did you see it?
I've not. No, I did not play the last league. So.
I haven't bought it. They put
They're getting good, man.
They got a
They started
chessboard.
evolving them. Like,
let me tell you about this.
The whole like items that react to how you play and like how stacks are done on you. Like they're
in the newest bundle, you get a chessboard that is fully playable in your hideout if you want to. They also have a map, the Atlas, that is like it responds real time to what your Atlas actually looks like, and it's a giant map in your like a giant hideout that has the entire Atlas there. And it like shows you what you have unlocked on your Atlas.
Oh my god,
it's pretty fucking sick.
I don't need to hear this.
I don't know if I want to spend that much money.
I don't need to hear this. I don't need to hear any of this.
Yeah, it's the type of stuff where I'd be like, if I bought that 3 years ago when the game was at its peak for me in terms of interest, I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. Instead, I bought a bunch of like stupid fucking wings that I'm not gonna use 2 years ago. Yeah,
do that, that's like hobbies. That's all. Like
anybody
I know who has fallen in and out of love with a hobby, there's gonna be some regret there, or falling in and out of love a part of a hobby.
Right.
Like, VR is part of my, hobby, career, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it's something that I didn't expect to fall off for me, like or personally, like it did, because I was like, fucking VR is the future. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh. Oh,
hopefully,
my fucking index is here. Shit, I should use
hopefully,
it. Fuck.
God willing, hopefully there will still be more good VR games. Apparently Steam has been working on some kind of Alex-ish game. Yeah, they've got some stuff cooking. So, if we can get, another Alex or two, maybe we'll get some good. Real talk though, we've got like 30 minutes left. I got to go at 4, and this to be announced section is like 7.
Yeah, I was going to read through it. I'm just going to read through it. You tell me when to stop. And then we'll talk about it for 5 seconds. Or 5 minutes. All right, so that wraps up June. There's like 1 or 2 things in July to be announced. This is everything that we so far have been told comes out in 2023, and it's a decently long list. It might get pushed back.
We'll see.
Probably will get pushed back, but I'm just going to read it in full. We have AEW Fight Forever. That's a wrestling game. After Us. I don't know what that is. It's PS5 multiplat. Age of Empires. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's fine.
Okay. Age of Empires 4 is already out, but that's coming out for Xbox for consoles. AKR. No idea what that is. Alan Wake 2. I think we're all pretty much on board for
100%. 100%. Yep.
We'll see if that comes out this year.
After Us looks like it gives me Ori in the Blind Forest kind of vibes.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Aliens.
I have it on my wish list.
Aliens Dark Descent. Do we know what type of Aliens game that is?
Aliens Dark Descent, which appears to be a tactical shooter.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's kind of like that other Aliens game that came out somewhat recently.
Top-down shooter. That's what my chat's saying. Amnesia: The Bunker. Could be cool.
An open world Amnesia entrance. So apparently this is not the more linear Amnesia game. It's going to be more open worldy, and they have announced that it is coming out this year. I am totally sold on this. I've always enjoyed Amnesia games, so could be cool. It's called Amnesia: The Bunker.
Yeah, could be cool. Angerfoot. I think we all played the
Devolver thing. That's going to be just a fun stream or two.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Arc Raiders, ARC, and then there's Arc 2, ARK.
Arc Raiders could be cool.
What
That's
is it?
the one that we saw. That was that one trailer. It had the giant
Oh.
robots and the people fighting it, but that really strange music selection of like, what is it, Dancing on My Own or something? I'm not sure what
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
But it was like it's like a Swedish pop song, and it was overlaid with like people with giant guns fighting big machines.
Could be
Apparently,
cool.
it's about just alien robots land all over the place. Seems to be like an open worldy cooperative game, and you just have to form up and take them down. So could be cool. I mean, depending on how the progression is done and how the fights are and stuff.
Yeah.
Could be fun. We'll see.
We'll see. Arc 2 could be very big. I don't know if the
Arc-
three of us would.
Arc 1 is still big.
Yeah, three
I
of us
mean-
are going to be particularly playing it, but could be massive on Steam and Twitch.
This next one, they didn't announce this coming out next year or this year, did they? Armored Core 6? They haven't even teased a date for that, have they?
It says release date 2023. If you go to GameStop,
Did they say that in the preview?
I think so.
It is coming out this year.
They did say 2023. Well, there you go.
It did say 2023 in the trailer. Oh,
Probably fall, winter though. I would think.
Oh,
So that could be cool.
Dude, next year is gonna be.
You mentioned
it's gonna
this.
be back.
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
There it is. Cool.
Yeah, that's probably
that one?
holiday, I would think. Atlas Fallen, don't know what that is. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, I think that's that Ubisoft game, so that's something they're working on. Baldur's Gate 3, we know that is going to be there.
Maybe that'll be good.
Might be a big game. Banishers, Ghost of Eden, Battle Cakes, Behemoth, Blazing Strike, Blue Protocol, that's that MMO that a lot of people are interested in. Anime MMO. Forgot I think that's I forget the company that's publishing that, but yeah, a lot of people are excited for that. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Oh, wait a second. Atlas Fallen is deck 13.
Is it?
Deck 13.
Oh,
I focus.
yo.
I
am
remember
all about
seeing that.
Oh, that's the one with the sand weapons and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that was a cool trailer.
Yeah, okay. And deck 13 is the Surge and Lords of the Fallen. So I'm 100% behind Atlas Fallen.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Bodney Manor, Boundary, Bounty Star, Bramble, the Mountain King, Call of Duty
Boundary?
Warzone Mobile. Didn't know that. I thought that was already out. Chance of Sonar, Cocoon, Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Zeke, you got to check that one out. It's going to be a huge hit.
Oh my God, it's gonna be like butter.
Colossal
Like
Cave, Crash Team Rumble, Creature Keeper, Cyber Knights,
wait.
Flashpoint.
Company Heroes 3. Yeah, you missed that, but yeah.
Yeah, we already talked. That's got a release date. That's
Yeah.
why I skipped it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Cyber Knights, Dead Cells, Return to Castle. That's right. They had that Return to Castlevania trailer.
Is that a
Game Awards.
standalone game? No, it's a DLC.
Yeah,
Okay.
DLC.
It's a DLC.
Desta, The Memories Between, Devolver, Tumble Time, Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is already out. Maybe on other platforms or something. I don't know what that. Or wait, no, is Dreamlight Valley still early access, chat? Or is that out? I think it's early access. It's early access. Okay. Sorry. The only reason I'm interested in that is because my wife has like 800 hours or some absurd shit in that game. Disney Illusion Island, Disney Speedrun, Dordon?
Dordion.
Dordon? What the fuck is that?
Dordion.
I think it's Dordogne, like Cologne.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Dune
I don't know. I'm
Spice
just
Wars.
guessing.
That's the RTS, right? There's two Dune games coming out. There's
I
the
think
RTS and the Survival.
Spice Wars
Pretty sure
is
that's
publisher
the RTS.
is published by Funcom, though, don't they?
Oh, wait,
usually
maybe
do
not Maybe not. Funcom is the Conan guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That might be the big game. EA Sports PGA Tour. Are we going to continue the Drop Frames Classic?
I got my hat somewhere. Gotta
Okay.
find it.
All right, we might do that. Earthlock 2. Oh, God. Iodine
Earthlock?
Chronicle, 100 Heroes, Endless Dungeon, Evernights, Everspace 2.
Oh yes, big one. That's a big one. Any freelancer fan should have their eyes on Everspace 2. It's actually coming out this year. It's had wildly cool pre-alphas and alphas, and the devs are badass. And yeah, Everspace 2 is going to be big. I think that's going to be big. Also, it's not on here, but as people are mentioning in chat, I think Darkest Dungeon.
I was
2
about to
is
say
slated.
that when we were in the D's,
Yeah.
I missed Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, that's
I
supposed
think
to come
that's
out
slated
this year.
for a 2023.
Yeah, I think so as well. Which is wild considering
It's not even on this list.
Oh. Yeah, Everspace 2 is not like Everspace 1. Everspace 2 is an actual open world like RPG action game. It is again, if you played like Freelancer, it's like a more arcadey RPG progression based version. It looks awesome.
On the Steam page,
you
the
can go
tags
play
are
it.
space flight, looter shooter, space sim RPG.
Sounds about right.
It's super cool.
Play a demo for free if you want.
There you go. Everywhere, Exo-1, Exo-Primal, that's that Capcom
Oh,
dinosaur
Exo-Primal,
game.
the dinosaur AI hunting game thing.
Forgot about that, yeah. It could be fun. Fae Farm, which I think is like an Animal Crossing thing.
Also in D's, Dark and Darker is slated for a 2023 release. They're trying to get it out by Christmas next year.
Full release?
Full release, that's what they're saying.
Okay.
That's what they're saying.
All right. The Final Fantasy block, we have Final Fantasy Pixel Remastered Series. We have Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Could be big. That's probably holiday release.
I completely forgot about Rebirth. Shit.
Yeah, that's probably holiday fall release.
Oh my God.
Flashback 2, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Flock, Forever Skies, Forza Motorsport. Are we getting another Forza this year?
Forever Skies. That game is, by the way, for anyone that hasn't heard of it,
that's that
Forever
indie
Skies
game, right?
Is Subnautica in the sky. It is actually like it's like Skynautica. If you like Subnautica, you should definitely be checking out Forever Skies.
Cool. Front Mission 2 remake for the Switch. Frozen Flame.
Frozen Flame, cool survival game.
Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Mike and the Quest for Stale Gum. Zeke will probably
I already played.
Okay.
Terrible.
Okay.
Of course he did.
Yeah. I figured that was right up your alley. This is a PSVR 2 and Quest game. Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. That's a really stupid name, but
a Ghost Lord, huh?
It might be fun in VR.
Okay.
That might be kind of fun. But Rise of the Ghost Lord. Goodbye Volcano High. Goodbye World.
Wait.
What?
Just another note on Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Mike and the Quest for Stale Gum. Look at the system.
NES, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actual NES?
Yeah, they're making an NES cartridge because it's an NES game. It's like a retro style game, and it's unfair, it's hard, and it's bad. It's just bad.
Okay. All right. There you go. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition. That's mobile. Gravity Circuit, Gunbrella, Hell is Us. Why does that seem relevant to something?
Because there's another game called Hell is Others.
Oh.
I actually did a sponsored stream for a game called Hell is Others, which is a Tarkov-like supernatural top-down ARPG PvPvE game.
Okay.
It's a mouthful, isn't it? But now this is Hell is Us, which is apparently a completely different project. So now we have Hell is Us and Hell is Others. So apparently between the two games, hell is just everyone.
Hell is, you know. Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue. That's a PSVR 2 game. Homeworld 3, PC.
Yes. Excited for that one.
Hyenas. Do you remember that game? That is a game as a service from Sega with Creative Assembly behind that. That game got announced and everyone forgot it existed. That's coming out this year.
No idea what it is.
Hyper Light Breaker. That's PC. Hytale. Zeke's favorite, I Am Jesus Christ. That's coming out for PC later this year. Immortals.
I can't wait for the second coming of that game for me.
Immortals of Avium, Industries of Titan. That game was cool, right? Industries of Titan.
I heard great things of Industry of Titan. That was the Crypt of the Necrodancer devs.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a super cool like city builder manager kind of game. I'll probably check that out on release.
Cool.
Yeah, when it comes out.
Inkbound, Kyo, Kerbal Space Program 2.
ASP2.
Isn't that in like development hell, or there's a lot of drama?
No, there was some drama. The drama was that the dev team was basically like bought out from under its original studio, so they could keep working on it under the big brand, which I want to say is. Dad, help me out here. Yeah, there was some drama as to
Private
who was
Division
working on under what name. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Take Two was involved.
Oh, okay.
But here it says developer Star Theory, publisher Private Division. Does Take Two doesn't own Private Division.
I have
so I'm not exactly sure how that works.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, there was a little bit of drama there. it's still going strong. It's still in development, and it still should be out. So it was just some weird marketing bullshit, bank tomfoolery, from what I understand.
Got it.
Take-Two
heard
owns
that
Private
the-
Division. Thank you.
Kerbal Space Program 1 is free on Epic right now. And I also heard you could put my creator code in there, Ezekiel_I. I if you want to.
Get it for free.
Fair.
There you go. Zeke, have you played Kerbal before on your stream?
I played it for 100 monther.
Yeah, I started to say, was that miserable for you?
It's not a game that I would enjoy more than one stream of.
Okay.
Because it is like, I looked at the game and I was like, oh, this is gonna be cute and fun. They look like minions. You know, the Despicable Me minions. It's gonna be great.
And
it is technical
then
as
the math
fuck.
hit. Yeah, then the math hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little deceiving.
I made this comment. Doing math is like having a finger in my butt. When I'm expecting it, I'm all for it. But when you surprise me with it, that makes me mad.
Fair enough. Okay. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
Thank you. I'm done for the night. My name is Zeke. I'll be here all week.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Layers of Fears. How many times are
so
they
is it now? Hold on. So they made Layer of Fear, and then they made Layers of Fear. Then they made Layers of Fear 2. And is this the third game, or is this a reboot?
Man, fuck that naming convention. That's what I'm saying. Bloober.
Hey, at least it's not just adding the in front of it.
Layers,
Lords of the Fallen.
It's true. It's true. Layers of Fears. It's coming out. Leap. Lies of P. That game could be cool.
That game looks great. Lies of P looks awesome. That's the Pinocchio Dark Souls game.
That's correct. Yeah. Lightyear Frontier. That's the mech building game. The like mech.
Oh, the farming,
thing.
the farming mech building game. Yeah, that looks
could be cool.
like it could be cool. Yeah, we'll see.
What is Like a Dragon Gaiden?
Okay,
the man who erased his name.
This is the story of how Kiryu disappeared.
He disappeared?
I am super looking forward to this. Yes, he basically disappears at the end of the big Kiryu arc before Yakuza Like a Dragon. So he kind of like erases himself.
Oh.
So because obviously he was like a huge name in the Yakuza, and then he wanted to stop doing that, so he had to find a way to exit stage left without, getting everyone he knows and himself murdered. So apparently it's the game about that, which sounds super interesting and should be very, very cool. So yeah. Oh wait, people are saying no, it's not. I think isn't it? I thought it was. It's not a spoiler. It's called The Man Who Erased His Name.
It's in the title. It's true. Also, it's only a spoiler if you make a big deal out of it, because everything Code just said went right over my head.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
So, yeah, making it a big deal is a big deal. Turns out.
Anyway.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Maquette. I don't know why Marvel Snap's on this list. That's already out. Marvel World of Heroes. That's iOS. Marvel Spider-Man 2. Fucking let's. Yep. I'm on board for that.
Let's do it. You just did Miles Morales. Woo.
Oh god. You played it on PC?
Great. Played it on PC. It was gorgeous. It ran well. It was fun.
Let me ask you this.
Loved it.
Is it worth $50 just to see what that game looks like on the PC?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
If you've already played it.
I have.
No.
I've played the PC.
Is it a $50
PS5
value game? Yes. It is a cool game. It was great on PC, and I really enjoyed it. Okay. But if you've already played it, I don't think there's enough graphic enhancements there to really justify the cost. A little bit different for the first one.
No. Yeah. For Spider-Man 2. Or sorry, for Miles Morales, Spider-Man 1.
Oh, gotcha.
Came out on PC. Metal Slug Tactics. That could be cool. Metal Slug Tactic game could be interesting. Haven't seen too much about that, apart from its announcement. Mina the Hollower. Minecraft Legends. Minecraft Legends is a Diablo Minecraft game. That could be really huge.
Minecraft ARPG. I thought that game was already out.
That's mine. You're thinking of Minecraft Dungeons, which, how is it different from Legends? Because that's also an ARPG, I thought.
What's the difference?
Dungeons was the ARPG. What is Legends, chat?
More
Legends
than
is
building
the strategy
blocks.
game. It's RTS. Got it. Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think that's it. Minecraft Legends is a third-person real-time action strategy game. Oh, maybe it is.
different meaning.
Play as the game's hero, tasked with destroying the enemy piglin armies who've established strongholds across. Is this like Overlord?
A little bit. We saw a trailer for it.
Well, oh, did we? I completely tuned out. I'm much more into Minecraft these days since
There's
my
a-
kids are so into it.
Yeah, there's billion trailers we saw this past year. So
I was wondering why we were even delving into this, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
yeah.
I need to introduce them to dungeons and see if that can spread out their wings a little bit.
Or there's a billion mods you could always check out.
They're already knee deep in that. Dude.
Oh boy,
I've become intimately associated with CurseForge recently.
nice.
Yeah.
Miniko's Night Market. No idea. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. That's funny that they're saving that for a later release on all the consoles. Mortal Kombat Onslaught. That's an iOS game before anyone gets too excited. Moving out to My Time at Sandrock. Is that a My Time at Porsche sequel?
Yes.
I thought the sequel was already out.
My Time at Sandrock is the sequel to My Time at Porsche. It apparently adds tons of new stuff. It's been an alpha for a long time. The players that have played it have said nothing but good things. It just seems like more and bigger and
Sweet.
Yeah. Right now it's early access.
Awesome. Nightingale could be really cool.
Yes.
Seen a shit ton of trailers for that. Not much else, but seems
Nightingale
very
looks
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. 9 Souls off the grid.
Oh, I played the demo. That game is cool.
9 Souls.
You're a little cyborg samurai thing, and it's an action adventure side scroller. It's actually like cool. I'm 90% sure that's the demo I played, and I think it was really fun.
I just went to the website, and it is just a girl with a red bandana, maybe blood on her face, that says Devotion. Did they make a game called Devotion?
I don't know, but yeah, 9 Souls was cool.
Okay, maybe that's a different.
90% sure it is.
That's weird. That's a weird thing. Off the Grid, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals could be fun. Pacific Drive, Pal World, Park Beyond, Payday 3. What? That's supposed to come out this year? Really? I thought that was just like, okay. Guess we'll see.
Pacific Drive looks wild. Pacific Drive is a run-based first-person driving survival game. Your car is your only companion as you navigate a surreal and anomaly-filled reimagining of the Pacific Northwest. Structured as a road light, each excursion into the wilderness brings unique and strange challenges as you restore and upgrade your car from an abandoned garage and acts as your home base.
Huh.
I am totally sold on that.
Sounds like a fun premise.
Sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Pacific Drive. All right, I'm going to add that to the list.
Pepper Grinder. That is a...
So it's Oregon Trail. Yes, it's Oregon Trail.
That's Oregon. Yeah. Pepper Grinder is, I want to say that's the Devolver. Yeah, Devolver Digital published game that looks really awesome. If you are at all curious, check it out. Should be good. Trailer for it was fantastic. Phantom Abyss, Pikmin 4. Forgot that was a thing. That could be huge for Pikmin fans. Pistol Whip, that's coming to VR2. That's already out, I think, on PC. Planet of Lana.
Oh, that's the side scroller robot thing where the dude gets chased by the robot. Looked super interesting. We all said it looked pretty fun.
Okay.
And then tentatively, my game of the year, maybe game of the decade, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties Definitive Edition.
Yeah?
Oh my God. It is a legendary shitty FMV game from like the I think it's CDI. Like it's from a Philips CDI or something, one of those older systems.
Nice.
And they're making a fucking new game out of it. It's like kind of like Plan 9 from Outer Space if you're a movie buff, like touted as one of the worst movies of all time. Like Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is one of those kind of games. It's just like it's just so bad. It's The Room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Potion Craft. Is that the one that Jesse
Game's already out on PC.
Yeah. Okay, so that's console release. Pragmata looks like. Oh, that's on all platforms. Prehistoric Kingdom. Proto Corgi. Paparazzi.
Wow, 2 dog games right in a row.
Yeah.
There we go, man.
Ravenlock. Raven's Watch. Read-only memories. Neurodiver. Sorry. Redfall.
Redfall's big.
Yeah,
Redfall, absolutely.
could be big.
That's the one coming out from Arcane. they actually recently came out and clarified. A lot of people, including me, thought it was a Left 4 Dead style game, cooperative shooter versus hordes kind of thing versus vampires, which is what they made it look like. But the devs Arcane came out and said, no, this is much more open world. Think more kind of like Far Cry.
Huh.
So
okay.
so this is going to be
But
a
co-opable?
hybrid. This is going to be something new. Yeah.
Could
So
be cool.
I am much more interested in Redfall. I thought it was just another take on the Back 4 Blood, Left 4 Dead thing, but it is apparently going to be something very different than that. So
Cool.
yeah,
I'm on board.
could be a lot more interesting.
Redfall looks good. Remnant 2, obviously big.
Awesome. 100%. Remnant 2 looks fantastic. That's on the list for sure.
Replaced. That was the indie game in the Xbox conference.
Side scroller, right?
Yeah, that had the fucking
Yeah.
sick music and cool art. Could be
That
cool.
one looks awesome.
Risk of Rain
And
Returns.
three hits right in a row.
Yeah, Risk of Rain Returns is the remake of the first one, I think, or re-release of the first one, something like that.
Remake or release?
Carefully
I honestly
designed,
like-
beautifully remastered. And loaded with
Remastered.
new ways to play.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. There you go.
Forgot which one it was. RoboCop Rogue City supposed to come out. Rune Factory
Okay.
3 Special. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. Did you watch the trailer for that, or are
Yes!
you on blackout?
I am on relative backup. I have seen the trailers and stuff though, but I do only have 10 minutes. So if you have any prayer of getting through this list.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Stalker 2 100%.
Most recent trailer is cool. Go check it out.
Phenomenal.
Sacrifice.
It's absolutely phenomenal.
Shim? Maybe?
Him?
Shim? Sea of Stars.
I'm
That's
guessing
a-
like skim, like schism without this is.
oh,
without
yeah,
the
maybe
Zook.
Skim. Could be Skim. Sea of Stars. That is the Chrono Trigger-ish art style. Looks really cool.
Oh yeah. Yep. Looks awesome. Sea of Stars is a big one. Absolutely. Looks great.
Sifu, I guess, is going to Xbox platform. That's why that's here. Skate
Consoles.
Story, Slime Rancher 2. I think that's early access. Solar Ash. I think that's Xbox release.
That's- yeah.
Star Trek Resurgence. Resurgence. Okay. Star Wars Hunters. That's a iOS mobile game and Switch. Starfield. Obviously, Starfield, very big. Probably one of the biggest games of the year in terms of release.
We might check it out. We'll see.
Yeah. Stellar Blade, Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dunan Unification Wars. What? I'm on board for the
Okay.
first part. I don't know what the second part is. Super Bomberman R2, System Shock,
So many Bombermans, dude.
we talked about. Tachia, I think that's the indie game. Tesla Grad 2. Now we're going to get into all these.
Yeah.
Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, the Anacrusis. I think that's like a Left 4 Dead style game.
Oh no. That maybe. What's the one with the retro Mars thing that we saw? Remember, it's like on Mars, but they're in like super retro.
I think that's
Year and-
Anacrusis.
Is that this game? Okay, that game looks great. If it's what I'm thinking of.
I think that is. Yeah. Dark Pictures Switchback VR. It's PSVR game. PSVR or PSVR 2 game. The Expanse, the Telltale series, could be cool.
Cool. Absolutely, could be good.
The Invincible, the Case of Benedict Fox. That looks
Oh.
really cool.
That's it. That's the game. The Invincible's the game. That's what I was thinking of. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh,
the
yes,
one.
it does. Yeah, it does look a little bit retro.
Okay.
The Light Brigade, the Lords of the Fallen, the Pathless.
Oh, can I just real quick?
I want to like
just-
it.
I'm just
I
gonna give
do.
a hype thumbs up for the Expanse Telltale.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
No,
like
we're all
both of
aboard.
those things.
They're great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Pathless, which looks to be the Xbox and Switch release of that game. It's already out. The Plucky Squire, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's probably like a Friday
That looks
night.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Is that not Friday Night Lights?
Friday the 13th.
Yes. Is that that style game?
Friday the 13th like game. Mhm. Yep.
Gotcha. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2. That's the PSVR 2 release.
That's VR, yep.
Could be cool. Wandering Village. That's that indie game.
Shout
Could
out
be
to that
good.
game. It's awesome. I played the demo of Wandering Village like 5 times in a row because there's so much you can learn between runs. It is a super cool game, and I definitely recommend it. Wandering Village is very cool. Very
Nice. The Wolf Among Us 2. Could be
Finally.
dope. Could be
Finally.
dope. Yeah. The Wreck, Thirsty Suitors, Time Flies.
What? Hold on. Let me go. Keep going. I'm gonna look that one up for no reason.
I think The Wreck is a car game.
Thirsty
Oh, no, it's not.
Thirsty Suitors is the Annapurna game where you fight. It's basically
Oh right.
it's the fucking
It's a date fighting. Like you
Yeah.
fight on the date. Yeah.
Yes.
I
yeah.
remember now.
I was
Okay,
thinking,
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
think of the
yeah,
movie
okay.
and I blanked on that. Time Flies, Transformers Reactivate, Tron Identity, Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2, Under the Waves, V Rising. Is V Rising still early access?
V Rising is still early access, and it should be coming out this year, and that game is going to be amazing.
Could be good.
They're planning on adding Z building before they're done, and that alone is going to be huge.
Valheim, so cool. That's still early access. Valiant Hearts Coming Home, that's an iOS game.
It's not coming out this year, I don't think.
You don't think Valheim is? Okay. They might just
they've got at least one more big update, and they just released a big update, and it takes them usually years between updates. So
got it.
I would be baffled if they came out this year.
Vinba, Viewfinder, Volcanoids.
Viewfinder, that's the Gorgoa kind of like perspective one that looks fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Volcanoids looks cool. It's apparently been in early access forever. It's you have this giant drill base and you have to like upgrade it in areas. Then you like drill/train to the next section and upgrade it and stuff there. I've only played it a little bit. I need to try it on stream at some point, but it looks like it could be cool.
Sweet. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 could be dope.
Yes.
Wayfinder, Witchfire. Witchfire is that game that was just shown at CES from NVIDIA. It looks like Doom, but medieval. Could be cool. World of Horror, WrestleQuest, You Suck at Parking, and East 9 Monstrum Nox.
Oh.
That's the list.
I'm going to be honest. We did speed it up at the end, but I was not convinced we were going to get through this entire page in one show.
We did it. We did
it.
And that's the stuff that's announced. And we're in January.
Yeah.
So this year, it's gonna. There's a lot.
Anytime we say something like this, I never forget Fallout 4. That game was announced and came out in 5 months?
Yeah.
They announced it in June and it was out in November. So that we could have gigantic releases this year that we don't even know about yet.
E3 is still a thing. The week of E3 is still present.
This is the first year where are they going bigger this year, or is that next year?
I think
this
year
that they're
it's
teaming
back.
Up with PAX.
It's back. Yeah.
So we hopefully we'll get a big E3 this year.
Yeah. It'll be a crazy year.
Oh,
for sure.
And we might get Rogue Trader this year. We might get Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader potentially this year as well, which is the huge new game from Owlcat.
Also, Silk Song. Maybe. Copium.
Chat, real quick. In the last few minutes of the show, are there any games that have been hinted or suggested will come out this year that we have not mentioned yet today? Dragon Age 4? I don't know if Dragon Age 4 is coming out this year. Did they announce this year?
We could get Hades 2 early access.
Hades 2 early access. That's a big one too.
Star Citizen.
Skies Above. No, we talked about Day Before. Look at the videos of that before you get hyped. Dave the Diver could come out this year. They've announced that Dave the Diver might be coming out this year. That's a big one. Scars Above. 12. I think we mentioned Scars Above. Yeah.
Dragon Quest 12 is definitely possible.
The Gothic remake? Have they mentioned anything about the Gothic remake? That's what I'm super excited for. But is that?
Oh,
I haven't heard anything about Gothic remake for a while. Void Train.
Oh, that's right.
Void Train is awesome. That'd be great if that came out this year.
Satisfactory is apparently supposed to come out at early access this year.
No.
You don't think so?
They joked about that on Twitter, and they had to actually take the tweet down and say we don't have a date. So I actually had a back. It's true. It's true. But I had a back and forth with the devs, and they were like, he made it clear. It was like we will announce the release date when we're ready, and we do not have one yet. So, Opium, but maybe. Oh, Frostpunk 2. Frostpunk 2. That's supposed to be out this year at some point as well. That's true.
We got that
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Bloodlines 2.
No. Bloodlines 2. I don't even. Have they even found a new dev for Bloodlines 2?
I don't know. I haven't heard shit about it.
I don't know. I think that game's dead.
That's a definite.
That was not.
I've never used the actual term copium, but I would probably use it on that. Just be like, when are we gonna get that shit?
Yeah.
Which is too bad because it didn't look great, but it didn't look terrible when they showed that gameplay video. Man, it looked like it was sort of there. Like they could work with it a little bit, right? Like I'm so disappointed.
The one thing that was kind of apparent through all this is all of the first party PlayStation stuff is not known for this year. Like there's no big PlayStation title right now that's announced.
No. Ken Levine's Judas was not announced for this year. I don't believe it was announced, but it was not announced for this year.
Yep.
Spider-Man 2 is the only thing. That's true. Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2 is going to be big.
They'll probably.
That's right. I think they actually did announce there's a new dev on Vampire 2. So
really?
Zeke, it may actually happen. There is a new dev, but I don't know if there's anything related. They may have to remake most of it. Another honorable mention that could come out this year is a game called Against the Storm. That's
an indie game, right?
It is an indie roguelite management game.
I've
Take
heard
your
good things.
normal roguelite gameplay loop, but apply it to like city building and management. It's actually very unique. I am due to revisit it at some point. I've heard nothing but good things.
Nice.
But Against the Storm looks really, really cool. Yep.
Cool.
Backpack Hero and
I don't
Manor
know what
Lords.
that
Man,
is.
you guys just keep throwing
Backpack
amazing
Hero
games
is
at us.
fantastic, but it's.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's more to it. They like just put more, I guess, complexity or something. I don't know. It's
I love
a great
Backpack
game,
Hero.
and I played, I think to the end they had, and it was a lot of fun. But I just wanted more, I guess, more challenging or more something. I don't know.
Wayfinder.
That, I mentioned
Wayfinder.
it was in the list, but I don't think we went into it.
Oh, that's the new one from Airship. That's the people that are being funded by Digital Extremes. Yeah.
Oh, the Austin studio.
Okay.
That all the okay.
Airship.
Yeah.
That's I don't know if that's coming out this year, but they're still very much working on it.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. What
That's
a fun show.
Yeah.
You definitely need to do this every year. Like this is
It's a good combo with Game of the Year show right afterwards.
It's not only a good combo, but it's good to kind of like get a very loose roadmap for the year. Like
Totally.
in one. And now if anyone says like, hey, what are you excited about this year? I can be like, go watch
the show.
go watch that show.
We could do
That's
it. We could do 2 a year, really. If we wanted to do one right after
yeah, we
E3, like a
We should do one
post
June.
E3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep, that's a great
Maybe
idea.
early
We can
July is
do-
going to be. Maybe the last week of. We'll figure it out. Anyways, do some shout outs.
figure it
Go.
out
I know
for
you
sure.
got to wrap.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being here today. As always, a big thank you to JP and Zeke. This show was content packed today, and I appreciate y'all standing with us as we went through it. My name is Ko. Hi, I am currently playing Baldur's Gate 2 during the day. We've got Chained Echoes that I started last night for the Cozy stream. I'll actually be playing more Chained Echoes tonight. My Tarkov stint is over for now, but I definitely will be returning next wipe. And of course, as we move into the rest of this month, we've got some big new games coming out. I'm going to be looking at Fire Emblem Engage. We're going to be checking out the Dead Space remake at the end of the month. And I'm also going to start peppering in some other stuff. We may do our Stalker franchise run. We may do Against the Storm. We may look at Vocaloids. We may start Neverwinter Nights 2. I don't know. We got a lot of stuff coming. You'll need to hit us up or check out my mobile app at ko.tv/mobile if you want to see what we're doing and when. And as always, thanks for watching and see you next week.
Awesome stuff. Zeke, shout outs.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I just noticed that they added a really cool thing into the Twitch functionality of the shoutouts. They have a timer on them now, so you know like when you can put another shout out in chat. That's fucking great.
Nice.
We shouted out Ko in my chat, and I saw the timer counting down. Excellent. Anyways, my name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at or / Ezekiel_III on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Ezekiel the Third, all spelled out, on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you to Ko and JP for being my co-host every week, and also to you, chat, for watching. If you want to check me out, I'm on streaming 10 a.m. Pacific almost every day, except for Mondays, because tomorrow is 100 Club, my tabletop role-playing show on twitch.tv/Table Story at 1 p.m. But on Tuesday, we're back at it. We're first week of CD-ROM-a-thon is in the books. Week 2 starts on Tuesday, and it's my choice of game, and it could be good, it could be bad, but we'll see. We're going to check out Paparazzi Tales of Tinseltown.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I have never heard of this game, and I am excited to give it a look. But then after Paparazzi, it is your choice. So pop into my chat at some point and vote on what game you want to see next. I think by last count, I think Max Payne was winning, but barely
hell yeah.
over
Max
over
Payne.
Red Alert.
Pretty
Man
good.
and Conquer. Red
Oh,
Alert.
that's also good as fuck.
Hey,
So,
real quick,
those
I
are
got
the
to
two
go.
ones in
Thanks
the
for the show,
lead,
guys.
but yeah.
Yeah, bye, Co.
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome stuff. I'll do some shout. Zeke, tell me, are my eyes doing it here? No? Yes?
They are not.
Really? I wonder why it happens on the other
close.
thing. No? Nothing. I wanted to do the shout outs without
The-
eyes.
The placing of whatever window you had is not there anymore.
Does it work here?
Nope. There's instead there's a big green square. So wherever that big green square is, that bright like turquoise.
Oh, you're saying like right here. It's the camera reflection. That's weird. I don't know. I can't do it again.
yeah, whatever that is.
You need to
That
slouch.
took the place of it.
Okay, now it's all fucked. Anyways, thanks for watching. we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go play some more Vampire Survivors because that game's pretty good. And then we'll see where we go from there. We'll see you next week, Zeke. I guess we'll see
Was this your first time playing it?
Yeah. Oh, I played it yesterday. It was,
Nice.
the game's really addicting.
It's a hoot, right?
Yeah. It's 8 hours was just gone in like it's insane. It's a time warp game. Anyways, thanks for watching Drop Frames. You can check out the VOD over at youtube.com/itmeJP, or you can grab the podcast version later today on Apple, Spotify, Google, all that stuff. Feel free to leave a review. It does help us out. We're out of here for now. We'll see you next week for more. I guess we'll talk video games and what we're playing next week on the show. So probably grab a guest. We'll see how that goes. We're out for now, though. Thank you so much. Bye, bye, bye. See you then.